Hubert doesn't think anything about that spike, David Ferrara, because Hubert is sadly no longer with us. But I'm still here with you guys. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all having a good night. Oh man, I did not expect to be live streaming tonight, but you know what? Bitcoin put in a little bit of an annoying wick. Of course, I don't think we're seeing anything major, but Bitcoin did put in a little bit of a wick. And guys, in today's video, in today's live stream, I suppose I should say, there are some things I want to point out to you. There is some technical analysis that I want to show you, and since volatility is returning to the market on the minute chart, we may end up catching something interesting happening here as volume continues to return. So guys, we're going to be discussing all of that in today's live stream. I hope you guys do enjoy. If you guys think you're going to, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you smash it down below, guys. I really, really wish I had some coffee, but if I go and make a pot of coffee, I am not going to sleep tonight. So if we get to like 100 likes in the next 10 minutes or so, I don't think you guys are going to hit that, so I'll go ahead and say it. I will go make myself a pot of coffee, so I'm a little bit more energetic. Anyway, let's read a little bit of the chat, and then I want to dive into a couple of different things. Oh, that's sad. Sorry to hear that, Jeb. Yeah. Guys, one day I'll tell you the full story about Hubert. One day. Not today, but one day. I was just charting in this morning. I exited my short position right before it broke out. Yep, guys, there's some technicals that I'm going to be talking about in this live stream that I have not, as of yet, discussed on the chart. They're going to be going up in tomorrow's video. But part of the reason we're also doing this live stream is because Bitcoin very well may be about to have some kind of move. If we go ahead and look over here on the chart, then what we're going to see, guys, as you can see right here, I'm going to need to adjust something really quickly. Let's make sure the chat box is not in a bad spot. Give me 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. Let's lock that. Chat box. Come on. I know you want to. I know you want to cooperate. It doesn't want to cooperate. Come on now. Wow, did I lock it? That's why. There we go. Let's move you guys up here, out from behind the camera. Perfect. All right. Like I was saying, guys, Bitcoin over the last couple of minutes has started to move. As you guys can see, Bitcoin had a little bit of a spike up. Basically, just the whales or maybe thin order books trying to knock out some short stops. But at the moment, guys, Bitcoin is falling back. I don't think anything huge is going to happen here, so don't get me wrong. But I do think it's interesting what's going on Bitcoin and the fact that we're seeing a little bit more volatility coming back. And I do think that since volatility is coming back and we've kind of knocked out some of the order books, we've thinned them out a little bit, it's potential that it's possible, rather, that Bitcoin could see some kind of movement here in the next couple of hours. So I want to go ahead and do a live stream in case anything happens. We would be here to see it. Hope you guys are doing well. Tell me in the chat how you're doing. Let's go ahead and move this over to my other monitor. Already over 100 likes. Like I said, guys, if you get us to 100 likes in the next 10 minutes, so before 25 after, whatever hour it is where you are, I will go and make myself a pot of coffee so that I will be wired for this live stream. Otherwise, I'm not going to. And you know what? It might not need to be done because Bitcoin is indeed moving. Again, as you can see, Bitcoin is moving down to $7,197. If you guys are planning on trading this, I would be very cautious because Bitcoin is very clearly indecisive right now and also very clearly experiencing a lot of volatility in volume. If we bring up our volume right now, what we're going to see is a gigantic volume climax with pretty much absolutely nothing leading up to this. This might be a good position to short. Honestly, guys, if I were on Bybit right now, what I would be doing is I'd be looking at this uptrend right here. As you can see, we just tested it as support. I'd be looking at that uptrend right there. If Bitcoin falls below that, I would be entering a 25x short for the duration, at most maybe like 5 minutes. And guys, it's really interesting that Bitcoin's doing all of this because there's some other technicals I need to show you. One of them is on the hourly chart. Cheers from the Dominican Republic. Cheers from the States. We're not that far away from you. One of the things I want to mention to you guys on the hourly chart is this right here. We're looking at bullish RSI divergence. And I think that's really interesting because Bitcoin does not look very bullish right now, but nevertheless we are. We see uptrends on the RSI down here and downtrending bottoms here on the chart. So it is possible that Bitcoin has some kind of actual sustained breakout to the upside. I'm not bullish, though. I want to make that clear. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bitcoin is looking pretty bearish right now, especially after what we've seen here in the last 15 minutes. But it is something I want to point out to you guys, and it is something that I thought would be relevant for you guys who are trying to do short-term swing trades right now. If you're looking to be trading this market, like I said, this uptrend that I just drew right now is an important one. You need to be looking at that. Guys, can someone do me a favor and go post the live stream chat over in the Crypto Jeb Discord server? Give me a 1 in the chat if you're in the Crypto Jeb Discord server. I want everybody to see this, and I myself am going to go ahead and make sure it's posted in the first cohort. And as you can see, we're falling to the downside. Like I said, if I were on Bybit right now, I'd be in a 25x leverage trade right now, and at the moment, I'd be up about like 2%. Nothing major just yet. And there we go. We're moving to the downside, guys. I'm glad I started live streaming. I had a feeling we were about to see some volatility return to the market. We are live. The channel. Let's go ahead and update the first cohort. So as you can see, we're putting in a little bit of a bottom. We got a wick coming down here. This is going to happen sometimes when you're leverage trading. It's very possible that Bitcoin comes back down here. But honestly, with something like this, I would have probably taken profit really quickly there on like 1 or 2% gain. If you're using that high of leverage, you want to be very careful with it. So I want to make that clear. Every time I use leverage, I want to be very clear on that. Jeb, can you check the longs on the Bitcoin chart? I can, because I was looking at them right before I started leverage trading, right before I started recording, or live streaming rather. They've actually been jumping again here in the last couple of hours. This is really very interesting to me that the longs are still rallying. Despite all of this, despite all the bearish technicals, the longs are still moving to the upside. And that makes me wonder if there's something driving these longs. I'm trying to think of where it's coming from. Maybe people just believe very strongly in $6,000 and $6,500 as a bottom. Perhaps that's all it is. I'm really curious about that, though, because as some people have talked to me about, and you're absolutely right on this, this is but one exchange. This is not necessarily reflective of the rest of the charts and the rest of the leverage trading and margin trading exchanges. This is Bitfinex, and Bitfinex is no longer the biggest cryptocurrency exchange. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and read chat for a second, and we're going to dive back down onto the 1 minute chart. Guys, remember, if you're trying to trade right now, if you're on Bybit, if you're on BitMEX, or wherever you are, if you're doing leverage trading, one, be very careful with leverage. It's very easy to lose a lot of money on leverage. And two, also remember this. You need to be careful with how much money you have leverage trading. You can make a whole lot of money leverage trading, but because you can make a whole lot of money leverage trading, in my opinion anyway, it's better to use a smaller amount and make less than to use a larger amount and risk losing everything, because you can very easily do that. Savannah, Georgia representing, not far from where I live. About 3 hours south of you, Crypto Soldier. I've been through Savannah when I was driving up to Gatlinburg. So I saw a few videos saying Bitcoin will spike up very rapidly. Is there any truth in these statements or false hope? There are a lot of people comparing what Bitcoin is doing right now. You guys might actually make it to 100 likes. I'm kind of scared of that because I don't want to drink coffee right now. I will not sleep, and tomorrow's video is going to be messed up if I do that. Nevertheless, if you want to screw over the Crypto Jeb YouTube channel, hit that like button. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of people are talking about how Bitcoin right now looks to be mirroring what we were doing a few weeks ago when Bitcoin was pulling back below $8,000, pulling down to 72, and then we had a gigantic spike. One thing you have to remember is that the order books were very thin right then because Bitcoin had just crashed. Whenever you see a market that's not been well established for several days, the order books can be very thin. Because they were very thin, because it happened at night, President Xi Jinping started talking bullish about blockchain. When he did that, Bitcoin started rallying, and the dominoes fell. Bitcoin rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied. If you look on the shorts chart, you're going to find the shorts were decreasing as well. And because the shorts were decreasing, that was also adding buying pressure. There were a lot of scenarios there were a lot of factors in play there, rather, that were not necessarily that are not necessarily the same right now. So right now, Bitcoin is looking to be breaking below that uptrending level of support that I was just discussing. Hopefully, this holds. I don't think it's going to. We're going to see what happens in the duration of this live stream. This isn't one of those predictions I make and then 12 hours later it's going to happen. We're going to see whether or not this holds right now. Bitcoin is currently below it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to hold. This could develop into a wick. But if Bitcoin does fall below here and close a minute candle, and especially a 5-minute candle, that's probably a break of this uptrend that I want you guys to see right here. This is on the minute chart. This is very short-term technical analysis, but since we're live, I want to try and cater to you guys who are on leverage trading exchanges right now, trying to make a pretty penny off of a 1 or 2% move. Because honestly, in my opinion, that's one of the most fun ways to trade anyway, is with high leverage, small amounts of money, so that you're not risking too much. You're kind of playing around. It's fun. You get to learn a lot of lessons. Honestly, guys, I would recommend that if you're newer to the markets, either start with no leverage whatsoever or start with a crap ton of leverage and like $5, so that if you make a mistake, you're not screwed. But if you make a lot of money, there you go. You made like $30 off of a good trade because you're using 100x leverage. Just be careful with leverage trading, guys. It's very dangerous. That night was so much fun. Yeah, guys, crypto has been really fun over the last couple of weeks, but it's also been very boring. And the sad thing is that Bitcoin has been very... there has not been a lot of interest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency lately. And it's interesting because the videos have been getting a lot more views lately, but that's not really from the cryptocurrency space growing. That's just from a lot of you guys joining. By the way, if you're a new subscriber, give me a 1 in the chat, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that red button down below, and I'm going to give you a shout out right here on stream. But if you just subscribed to the YouTube channel in the last month or so, give me a 1 in the chat, because we've got a lot of new faces. I don't recognize some of you guys over in the chat, and I'd love to get to know all of you. No, don't use 100x. No. Let me be very, very clear when I said that. I'm talking about playing around with $5. I'm not talking about a lot of money. I'm saying that the reason I said that, Andrew, I want to make myself very clear. The reason I said that is because you were going to screw up. You're going to lose that $5, and then you're going to learn to be careful with leverage. That's why I said that. I did not say that to make money. I said that to teach you a lesson the hard way without actually losing a lot of money. That's something that happened to me very early on, is I made a trade on Bitcoin Cash, lost a lot of money, or I didn't lose a lot of money. I lost a lot of a percentage of my portfolio, which wound up being like 20 bucks. Best lesson I ever learned, cheapest lesson I ever learned. There we go. Bitcoin is blood falling right now. As I said, I would have entered a short position about 6 minutes ago right here on 25x leverage, 25 times 70. That's like a 25, or excuse me, that's like a, at the bottom down here, well, Bitcoin's bouncing now, but I probably would have exited with a bunch of profit. That's around a 15 to 20% trade. You can make a lot of money on these small trades if you're using large amounts of leverage, but make sure you're being careful. Let me go ahead and switch over where our audio is going through so that we don't get those notifications showing up on stream. Anyway, BaseBread1983 just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. Looks like we are having a little bit of movement continuing here on the chart. We're at 68 likes. I'm getting really scared, guys. If we get another 32 likes in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to have to go and make a pot of coffee, and I'm going to be freaking wired. And I'm already feeling very energetic. So, kind of scared of what you guys are going to do there. If you want me to do that, hit the like button. I don't think you're going to manage. Zavi G said, bro, it's my first time catching you live. Well, welcome. Crypto Prom Jeb, better say not financial advice 10 times now. Not financial advice, not financial advice, not financial advice, not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Hit the like button. This is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Hit the subscribe button. This is not financial advice. Join the first cohort. There we go. Did it. Now don't sue me. Like, oh no. No. The likes. No, the likes. No, 89. Oh, you guys got a minute left. Oh, crap. Oh, goodness. You're going to actually hit it. No. No, stop. Andreas Olivas, welcome to the stream. Luke Kenton, welcome to the stream as well. You said it's your first time. We're at 93 likes. Oh my god, you guys are gonna do it. No. Oh my gosh. 95. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? You did me dirty, guys. You did me dirty. I did not expect you to hit that. I did not expect that to happen. Well, I guess I'll be right back. I gotta go make some... Wow, that's a lot of likes. Okay. You got me. I'll be right back. Wow, Jackie, look at what they made us do. Look at what they made us do. Brewing coffee at 7 at night. Goodness gracious. You guys are evil. You're evil. The one time I didn't want you to actually hit the like button. All right. Well, coffee's on the pot. So let's continue. Let's go ahead and get my ugly mug out of here and back down there. So yeah, coffee's brewing. Should be done in about 5 minutes. I'll go and grab it. Let's catch up with chat a little bit. If there's anything you guys want me to respond to, if you want me to read anything in the chat, now's the time. Because I'm probably about to go on a little bit of a tirade in between now and when the coffee's done brewing. So if there's anything you want to say in chat, now's the time. I cannot believe you guys hit that many likes. That is crazy. Why can't you do that every time? Come on, guys. You would help the channel out so much. What you did right now, just do that on every video. It'd be very much appreciated. Anyway. Oh no, you liked the F out of my video. Yeah, exactly. You said you make the pot, you didn't say you drank it. No, well, it was implied that if I made the pot, I would drink it. And a man does what he says, and no man that doesn't do what he says is a man. So I'm going to drink it. I might only have 1 cup, but I am going to drink it. I never said I'd drink the whole pot, but I will go ahead and have at least 1. Let's see. Is there anything in chat? 200 likes and free cohort. 200 likes and free first cohort giveaway. Give me a 1 in the chat if any of you guys are in the first cohort. The first cohort's still relatively new. And a lot of you guys might not know about it yet. Give me a 1 in the chat if any of you from the first cohort are in here. I kind of doubt it, but it is definitely possible. If you guys don't know what the first cohort is, it's a private trading group that has launched. It's right over here. It's $25 a month. I think it's an amazing product. You guys are getting a lot of value out of it over there. We're up to 52 members. That's probably going to be over 100 by the beginning of the year. And don't tell the people in the first cohort, but coming January, they're going to get a new service. It's going to be called Coffee and Crypto, a morning live stream that'll go for about 20 or 30 minutes, about three times a week. So if you join the first cohort now before it doubles in price, because it's such a valuable product, you're going to get access to that. So guys, first cohort is down below. It's an amazing product. Zeke, hey Zeke, hey Brian, you guys are here. Yeah, how you doing? Jacoby, oh yep, Jacoby, Jacoby, I think I'm pronouncing your name right. He played League of Legends with us. That dude went off. Okay, he was like 27-4. For anyone anyone who plays League, you will know how crazy that is. Okay, guys, if you're in the first cohort, give us a 2 in the chat if you're enjoying it. Like I said, don't tell the rest of the first cohort, but Coffee and Crypto is coming, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. What's your take on the divergence between the Neo Buttman? Oh, okay, I thought that was something else. New cohort user. Hey, Michael. Cody is right. Do not trust BTC. I would love to hear your reasoning on that. Cody Welch says, first time watching. Glad I could take part in the coffee movement. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with the coffee movement later on. I'm personally tired of cheap Bitcoin. If you missed it, you missed it. Seriously, guys, I am more than happy for Bitcoin to go to the moon. Now, I have my Bitcoin. I have my bags. Some of my family's still trying to get their bags. But I'm okay with Bitcoin rallying. Where's the logo? It's been a couple of weeks, Slacker. Where's the logo? I put the order in on November 26th. And if you go to the... Oh, wow, look at that. Every single person in the first cohort said they liked the first cohort. Guys, you should totally join. Links down below. I love getting to know you guys over there. I try to learn each and every single one of your names, a little bit about you, and get to know you guys on an intimate level. That's what the first cohort is for. It's for me to be able to connect more with my community. So, guys, if you want to, the first cohort is down below. It's $25 a month. You can cancel at any time. I'm not going to be too salesy about that, but I did want to mention it since it came up. Nevertheless, hi, Jeb. Are you looking at the weekly 1334 cross on the SMA? Last time this happened was June, and we tanked. Well, Jenny, no, I will be quite honest with you. I have not checked that. Let me finish my thought, and I'm going to look at that. The logo is coming relatively soon. If you check the channel, the new channel banner is here. There's some tweaks that are being done to that, but that is about to be updated. So that is fine. That should be here within the next week. Tactical Lion Design is working on that. That was guys, by the way, if you're wondering where the money that goes to first cohort and goes to CT2A goes, it goes to stuff like that. I kind of want you guys to understand this. I'm about to spend $3,000 on camera equipment and microphone equipment to upgrade the Blue Yeti over here. There's a little bit of ASMR for you. And the Canon Rebel EOS T7 that is sitting in front of me. I'm about to upgrade that to a Sony a6400, which is a $1,000 camera. I'm putting a $400 lens on. I'm buying a $400 microphone, a $600 audio interface. We have about $400 of accessories. I have a $250 shelf going right there. I have about $300 worth of sound paneling going back here. There's a lot of design that's going into this studio, in this room, to make these videos as high quality as possible. And that right there is what the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is for, and the first cohort is for. I don't want to talk about it too much in this live stream. I want to get into some technical analysis, which I'm about to do. But I want you guys to understand something. Nearly $5,000 from this business is about to be reinvested into this business because you guys are helping to support the channel. So I just want to thank you for that. David said, hey, Jeb, OMG is live. Hey, Serenity, yes, we are live. Want to lose money, invest in BTC? Well, you know, it's possible. You never know. I just don't think that's true. No, the 3D printed logo, I don't see it. Maxwell? Max, I'm so glad you're in the live stream. That is in my drawer. When that shelf comes in, that's going to be on the shelf, and I'm also thinking about asking you for a larger one to put on the wall, because as you can see, the pictures back there, they're not really in focus. Let me change the focus here real quick so you can actually see what these say. I've never shown you in stream. That right there is what those posters say. And I want to have the logo in the background, but because of what's called the bokeh effect, see how I'm out of focus? And then if we autofocus back on me, well, it didn't autofocus on me that time. It autofocused on the thing. Let's see if my autofocus wants to do what it's supposed to. There we go. As you can see, those are not in frame, so I would need one a little bit bigger to be able to put back there and be really noticeable, so I'm going to put that one on the shelf. If I do ask you to do that, I'm going to pay you for it, though, because I really appreciate the first one. Jesus loves you. Thank you, Josh. I know that. My mouth is shut. Hey, Jeb, what is up with that huge butt wick? Well, let me tell you something. We had a lot of volatility come back to the market. I think what happened is we had very low volume, we had very thin order books, and we saw a lot of people being very antsy about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, over the last couple of days, has really been trying to decide exactly what it wants to do. It's really been deciding what it wants to do as far as short-term and long-term technical analysis is concerned, whether or not it wants to bounce and rally to the upside or if it's going to crash and fall down. So we've been trying to figure that out. And because of that, there's been a lot of people that are kind of anxious about what Bitcoin's going to do. There's been a lot more volatility returning to the market. We were getting constricted in this space, and we broke bearish. So I think a lot of that was just kind of playing out on the shorter-term chart. Sometimes there's a big gap that opens up in one of the walls, the buy or the sell wall, and a big move will happen. So something like that can happen, and a lot of people get liquidated sometimes, and it rallies, and a little short squeeze, a tiny little short squeeze or long squeeze can happen. Wow, super nice. You have a keyboard. Yep, that is right there. That is a... I completely blank on what brand that is. Stick to videos, not live streams. Well, DJ Vertigo, thank you for throwing the shade, but you can throw it right back at yourself. 6K Jeb, that is very possible. What do you think of Trump tweeting, "I am Bitcoin creator"? I don't think he did that. Do you also have a scooter? I do not have a scooter because I don't want to ride around on a toilet with wheels, because that's what those look like. It's ridiculous. There's all these people riding around UF, go Gators, that look like they're about to get run over on their roller toilet. That's what I call them, roller toilets. That's exactly what they look like. Don't at me. You're wrong if you disagree. That's what they look like. Oh, man. Guys, I love being here with you, although... the time has come. The time is now. You guys wanted me to go drink coffee, so I'm going to need a couple of minutes to go and make the coffee. This is your doing. Me leaving right now for a couple of minutes, I know, DJ Vertigo, I was joking. I should have made that clear. I'm sorry. I know you weren't throwing shade. Since you guys made me go make coffee, I have to go and actually make the coffee, which I don't want to leave you guys, but that's what has to happen, so... well, I'll be right back. You guys are evil, you know that? You're evil because you know that when I do something, I do it all the way. You know that when I do something, I go all out. You realize that I just went and filled up this giant coffee mug with coffee. Oh, goodness. What have I done? That's like an entire pot of coffee in here. Look at that. That's the size of my head. Jeez. Oh, no. Oh, guys. What have I gotten myself into? Oh, man. Let me close my door. Jackie. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. I'm never going to get to sleep. Okay, well, let's get back into the technical analysis, but first, let's catch up with chat. Don't drink that. No, I'm going to drink it. Who cares? Is it French vanilla this time? Christian, it is French vanilla this time. I went to the store, and I got buy one, get one free French vanilla. It was great. Yeah, I loved it. Man, I'm never going to get to sleep, but it is good. And that is the biggest mug I've ever seen. Why do you drink this weak stuff? Oh, what do you want me to drink? A quadruple shot? I can do that if you want, but I don't think I would like it. Is it French vanilla this time? It is French vanilla this time. Yeah, guys, look at the chart. By the way, Bitcoin is moving. Remember that leverage trade I talked about a little while ago? That would be up nearly 25%. I told you guys about that. Live trade, live trade, live trade. I don't think I could get away with live trading because I trade on Bybit. And they probably wouldn't be too happy to find out about that. So I'm going to not do that. So much misunderstanding. Isn't it 7:49 p.m. for you, Jep? Zeke? Yes, it is. Yes, it most certainly is. That's like... Oh, God. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? For all you guys know, I could have just put water in there, but no, it is coffee. I'm a man of my word. I am a man of my word. Man got to make coffee again. Yeah, no, I wasn't making coffee. I was getting the coffee. Better go heat up my coffee. Yeah, go get your coffee. It's going to be a long night. Dumps more as Jeb leaves. Yeah, I know. It dumped as it did that. By the way, the amateur investor donated $2.99. I'm not sure what currency that is, but he said, holding into the abyss. That is something I can stand by. Bybit doesn't actually care. Well, they don't care if you're not a cryptocurrency YouTuber. They might get upset because of me. Can we check VPVR? We most certainly can. Let's jump out to the hourly chart and bring that up. We've been sitting here talking about coffee for too long. Let's get back into the analysis. That's what you guys are here for after all. Anyway. Either way, it looks like I have someone who needs to get shadow banned from the channel. Oh no. Sucks to be that guy. Too bad he's not real and he's actually a bot. Guys, if you ever see someone posting an email address or a phone number in my Discord, excuse me, not my Discord server, in my comment section, that is a scam. And I permanently ban them from commenting on the channel every single time it happens. It probably happens about 5 times a day. You might never see it because I look at our comments over 50 times a day to make sure of that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. Nevertheless, if you see that happening, it's not me. It's not legit. Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, or whoever his name is. Yes, I know who Robert Kiyosaki is. I read his book. Whoever is doing that in the chat is not real. By the way, cryptojeb0@gmail.com. That's a fake email address. I'm trying to get it taken down, but I don't think Google is going to agree with me. Anyway, if you short the top of a scam wick, it can be very lucrative. Get it wrong and you're screwed. Yeah, that's why you use a trailing stop loss, and that's also why you be very, very careful with your leverage and the amount of money that you're trading with. Excuse me. Working till 10 tonight. I'll be happy to keep you company tonight. You know, I was only going to live stream for like 30 minutes or an hour, but now that I have this giant pot of coffee in front of me, and this is basically just a pot of coffee, can you feel the effects already? And I think we're going to have to keep going for a little bit longer so I can tire myself out and actually get to sleep tonight. Yeah, people really are showing BSVN in the chat. I don't really know why. I see the same scam comments all the time with the long story about someone helping them, a successful trader, and leaving an email. Jesse, everything, exactly. There are certain precautions I've taken to deal with that. For example, it is impossible to put @gmail.com in my comment section, even for me, without the comment getting automatically deleted. But no matter what I do, they still find ways around it. I don't know what to do about it, other than just monitoring it. I moderate the comments, and I heart every comment I can, respond to a bunch of them. So I'll just try and deal with it. Nevertheless, Guys, thanks for the analysis, Kevin. Yeah, let's actually get into some analysis. First of all, I want you guys to understand something. Over the last hour, Bitcoin has been in a downtrend. Ever since we started live streaming, Bitcoin has been moving southward, and that is a trend that very well may continue here in the next couple of hours as we're live streaming here. That is really going to depend on a lot of things. When I'm short-term trading, I like to look at some moving averages on up to about the 15-minute chart. Right now, we're below all of them, so there's not a whole lot of use that we can get from that other than looking at the 50 SMA on the 30-minute as resistance. We can also look out here to the hourly chart for stuff. There's not a whole lot of technicals that we need to be looking at right now other than the 20 EMA. On a few different time frames, I would imagine the 20 EMA is looking pretty useful. I don't use the 45-minute. The 30 minutes basically mirroring what the hourly is saying. A lot of this is live technical analysis, guys. I've been out all day, so I haven't been able to watch the markets a whole lot. God, I can feel the coffee kicking in. This was such a mistake. Oh my gosh. It's always followed by 15 fake replies and seems genuine as if the scam is real. I know, guys, it sucks, but it's true. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything. Because what I do is I shadow ban the commenter permanently. There's like 2,000 email accounts that are permanently banned from commenting in my comment section. They can comment, but no one will see them. It's called a shadow ban. And I very rarely use that on an actual person, but I always use it on them. They just go and make new email accounts. It's something Google needs to figure out. Had to drink some water to chase the coffee. More coffee? Yep, I'll drink to that. Every time someone joins the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, I will take a gulp of coffee. Take that. CT2A is on sale. There's a $40 off sale going on down below. Join CT2A, tell me in the chat, and I will take a giant drink of coffee. Or the first cohort, either one of them. Almost 300 watching. Yeah, guys, we've got 300 concurrent viewers and 170 likes. That is awesome. Thank you guys for the support. Like I said, I've talked about this in a lot of different videos and live streams, but I remember when I couldn't get 10 people to watch the videos. And every day that passes and every day that gets farther in the past, I get more emotional about it because I remember when no one had any care in the world what I said. I remember vividly. I can close my eyes and see in my head the screen and what it looked like when there were 10 views on every video that had ever been on this channel. I remember looking at the channel and seeing that there were under 1,000 views. I can close my eyes and see that. And guys, you don't know how much that means to me. And most YouTubers don't tell you that, but for most YouTubers, they think the same. I'm just a very open person, so I don't mind telling you. It means a lot to me that you guys would be interested in joining here and joining our community, joining the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, liking the video, making jokes about me drinking coffee, hitting the like button, subscribing. It really means a lot, and I've always been trying to repay you guys. And hopefully we're on the right track to do that. Nevertheless, guys, coffee. Yeah, let's get some more coffee. Guys, like I said, CT2A is on sale down below, and that is what finances the channel. This channel would not be possible without the first cohort and without the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I'm not becoming like a 10 millionaire by doing that. I'm using those two products to give you guys something while also supporting these videos. How much is the program? The program is $159 after the $40 off sale. You're getting 34 videos with that, 10 hours of content covering everything from the very basics for someone who's relatively new to the cryptocurrency market, like how to set up TradingView to look like this. And that goes all the way through the far more advanced concepts. And let me tell you guys something, even though the first cohort is relatively new, there's about to be a total redesign of both of these programs in Q1 of next year. First cohort is going to have about twice as many videos as keeping the ones that it has because these videos are great, but I'm going to be probably about doubling this and adding morning live streams to this product. The price is also going to be doubling, so if you get in now, you'll be grandfathered in with the old price. You might want to join first cohort now. And Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is going to be getting just a massive overhaul. It doesn't need it. I mean, that product is worth over $500 easily. You come across as a very genuine person, so you have my vote. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny, I believe we talked on Discord recently, didn't we? I believe we did. I talked to... I try to keep up with as many of you guys as possible, but there's so many names. I feel like I've talked to you before, Jenny. The program is excellent value for the money. Thank you. I appreciate that. But guys, like I said, there's some more analysis that I want to do here. But the main thing I want to do with this live stream is connect with you guys, talk to you guys, work on building more community, making more connections, making friends, and also just watching the market, see if anything happens, and we can kind of sit here and trade together. I'll tell you what I think about the trades, and you guys can have your exchange open on the other screen. What exchange do you use what exchange do you use to live margin trade? I can speak. I use Bybit with NordVPN. By the way, I don't know if that link is in the description of this video, but if it's not, go to the description of any of the videos we've uploaded in the last week or so, and there's I think it's an 84% off coupon code for NordVPN. So you're getting a gigantic discount for something you need anyway to trade on Bybit, and you're also helping to support the channel. So go use that link. Very appreciated. Trevor said, great program, great value for CT2A. Thank you so much. Technical analysis on Bitcoin crash, Jeff. There's not a lot of short-term stuff I need to talk about. Yeah, Roger Ver kind of burned all of his bridges a little while ago. Trevor said Jeb is very genuine. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that. But guys, let's go ahead and look at some longer-term stuff, because there are some important concepts here that we need to digest. It's crazy. We already have 185 likes. Let's see if we can get to 200. He's on so many Bitcoin documentaries. Yeah, I remember back before his fall from grace when everybody called him Bitcoin Jesus. I remember that back in 2017. He was in a lot of Bitcoin documentaries because he was a very influential figure in the space. He's not so much anymore ever since he kind of jumped ship. But nevertheless, it is what it is. We're a descending channel in the hourly time frame. Yeah, that's one of the first things I want to talk about was the hourly time frame. We are in a descending wedge right here, guys. This is something we talk. Let's go to a cleaner chart. This is absurd. Bitcoin is in a descending wedge right here. If you guys are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, in this video right over here, wedges and pennants, we talk about these and what they do, what they mean, why they matter, and as you can see, we are currently in one right now. Now, if you guys that are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, yeah, I know they started calling him Bitcoin Judas. That's really funny. That is hilarious, by the way. I think I remember that was so funny. But nevertheless, what I was saying is that Bitcoin is currently trending to the downside in this falling wedge, and these do actually more often than not break bullish. There's about a 70% chance that from the pattern that we currently find ourselves in, Bitcoin should break bullish. That doesn't mean that it's going to, but it is what should technically happen. Yeah, Craig Wright, Craig Wrong. Yeah, that's a great name for him. I'm not a fan of Craig Wright either. You won't hear any good things coming out of my mouth about Craig Wright, but I'm also not going to say much bad about him because I don't like bad-mouthing people who aren't in the room. Just because he's more famous than any of us combined does not mean that he is not a human being with feelings. So even though I disagree with him, I'm not going to trash him. Guys, can we drop all of the controversy here in the chat with the Bitcoin SV channel with Ed? Guys, I might have to start putting people in timeout. 70% chance of Bitcoin Cash is breaking bullish. I agree. I said Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash. We're looking at the Bitcoin chart. Guys, the thing is, this is a statistical likelihood that Bitcoin breaks to the upside and Jeb pulls an all-nighter. If we can keep the concurrent viewership above 300, I will live stream for quite a while. I'm perfectly okay with that. But nevertheless, like I said, Bitcoin has about a 70% chance of breaking bullish here. Purely statistically, I'm not convinced that's going to happen. Now look, Bitcoin is above very important support. We are sitting right here above this critical support around $7,100. There is reason to believe that Bitcoin may bounce here and may move to the upside and may rally and, put a bottom in. And there are other reasons why I want to mention that. In the title, where I said, will this technical save Bitcoin? I haven't actually talked about that yet, so let's go ahead and talk about this. This will be in tomorrow's video, so make sure you watch tomorrow's video. There is a huge amount of bullish divergence going on the Bitcoin chart right now. Now, some people are calling this hidden divergence. I'm calling it bullish divergence because of the way I see it. As you guys can see, we have a downtrend of support right here. Pretty obvious, right? There's nothing really to write home about there. But if you don't know how technical analysis works, then you might not realize that this uptrend on the RSI is also significant. Because what we're seeing here is, let's see, we're looking at about a 21 on the RSI back over here on September 25th. And more recently, we're looking at about a 22, 23 on the RSI. It's a very slight uptrend, but it is important because even if you're seeing a downtrend on the chart and just flat levels of support on RSI, that is a type of RSI divergence, and that is bullish. And the fact of the matter is, guys, no matter what the other technicals are saying, the RSI divergence is pointing to the upside. Now, remember, if you're in the first cohort, there's one of these videos over here, Trading Wisdom. One of the things in that video, if you've watched that video, you'll know, is never trade off of one technical indicator. It's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. But if you are going to trade off of one technical indicator, RSI divergence is one of the best ones to do it with, because RSI divergence is a very, very powerful tool. And it very often is going to be vindicated if you're looking at the right time frame. If you're looking at the 57-minute chart and you find RSI divergence, it's probably not going to be that important. But if you're looking out here at the daily chart and you find long-term RSI divergence like this, especially RSI divergence that's been building since the last quarter, it's probably going to be significant, and there very well may be a move resulting from it. So keep an eye out on that for the next few days. Like I said, tomorrow's video is going to be dedicated on that, but I did want to mention it tonight because Bitcoin has been trying to put a bottom in down here around 7,600, excuse me, around 6,600. Whether or not we're going to is yet to be determined, but it is very possible. Derek Lee said, hey, Jeb. Hey, Derek. How you doing? So much upside here. Never trade off one technical indicator, though. RSI is my favorite. Like I just said, Trevor, never trade off of one technical indicator. It's very important. If you guys haven't already, join the first cohort. The link is down below. If you don't like it, you're only out $25, and you'll probably make more money than that by trading with us over there. He's getting ready for a bullish move. The the chart on the shorter term very well may be. It looks like we're trying to put a little bit of bottom in here. On the hourly chart, guys, on the minute chart, guys, you don't see this very often. But this very well may be forming into an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If it is, that's a very easily tradable chart formation. Why can't Craig Wright prove he's Bitcoin, or prove he's Satoshi? Prove he's Bitcoin. Guys, I can prove I'm Bitcoin. Check this out. I made a code also. No, the reason he can't prove it is because he's not actually Satoshi Nakamoto. Pretty obvious to me. I believe in Bitcoin so much, there's no way Bitcoin is going to die after these downturns. After these few months, there's nothing. There has to be, at some point, Bitcoin's got to get up after brutally being crushed. Yeah. Guys, this is one thing that I've been thinking about a lot. The future for Bitcoin. And, you know, I think it's a really good idea that when you're working in markets, or when you're working in anything, it doesn't matter what you're doing, I think it's very important that every once in a while you sit back and you think, am I on the right track? Are my presuppositions and my beliefs correct? And lately I've been thinking about that with Bitcoin and whether or not I think Bitcoin is actually going to be mass adopted, whether or not Bitcoin is actually going to be widespread adopted. And I think it's something very important that we need to talk about. And I don't see a lot of people talking about it because they'd be labeled traders or something. And the last thing I want Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to become is a cult where if you disagree with it, you get kicked out. I think there are valid opinions on both sides of that argument about mass adoption on Bitcoin. And I'm probably going to do some more videos on it, or I'm probably going to make videos on it, period, because I haven't yet. I still believe in Bitcoin. I've thought a lot about it. I thought about its use case. I thought about its adoption. Now, I've always said, and I will always continue to say because it's what I believe, and I only say what I believe. I've always said that I think it's going to take longer to go to $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 than people think it's going to. That being said, I do still think it's going to happen, and I do still think Bitcoin is going to be revolutionary. I do still think Bitcoin, or whatever cryptocurrency decides to do it, is going to be important in the future, and it is going to have a bright future. I do see Bitcoin shaping the future. I don't see a reason that that wouldn't happen. But it is something that we need to do. We need to step back and think, wait a minute, I've thought this for my whole life. I mean, there are a lot of people that were born into religion or ideology or political affiliation, and they just always believe that because that's what they were raised to believe. But that is not a way to live. You want to make sure that you're questioning your presuppositions because your presuppositions can be wrong. And if they're wrong, it can have huge ramifications if you screw that up. Bitcoin's unfortunately culty sometimes. It really is, Trevor. And that's something that I want to break down because it's not a good look for crypto, but it's also, too, not good for Bitcoin and crypto in general. One thing I want to start doing in the future is having more interviews with you guys. Maybe I'll start bringing some of you guys on live streams in the future. I'm not going to tonight, though. The future is great for Bitcoin no matter what is happening right now. Can you talk more about that 4-year support line and what could happen if we break it? Christian McLean, I will most certainly do that. I appreciate your comment today, by the way. I did read that. I think I responded to you. But, guys, I will be right back. I have to go get more coffee. And we're back. Hey guys, let's go ahead and go full screen here for a second so you can look at my ugly face. Guys, I want to read some of the comments real quick before we dive back on into the technical analysis. I know Christian just asked me to do some analysis on that longer term uptrend, so we will do that. But first I want to catch up on chat. Brought more coffee already, holy moly. On three, simultaneous sip. 1, 2, 3. We just made the world shake from all the coffee being drank. All right, 3K and I'll go all my savings in. Yep. We got over 300 people in the live stream. Guys, I really appreciate that. Like I said, it means a whole lot to me that many of you guys would tune in and want to listen to what I have to say and what our community is having to say about this. It means a whole lot to me. If you guys are enjoying the live stream, there's a few things you can do to support. 1, hit that like button. It's really appreciated and it doesn't cost you anything. 2, Jeb, definitely scalping. Shut up. Nevertheless, 1, you can hit that like button. It really helps out the channel when you do that. And also, 2, hit that like button. Excuse me. I can speak. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Let's see. How many people have subscribed recently? I don't think it's enough. I think we need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Tell me what movie that came from, and I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for the vids. Love them. Andrew, thank you so much. The videos over the last 2 weeks have been increasing quite significantly in production value. That's because the videos take over twice as long to make now because I spend a lot more time planning them. I spend a lot more time producing them. Taylor spends even more time editing them. We've done a lot more stuff with trying to add humor and trying to add jokes and trying to add character. And guys, like I said, I'm about to drop nearly $5,000 upgrading camera equipment, microphone equipment, this studio, little things like sound paneling and a shelf and stuff to decorate it with. There's a lot of money that's going into developing this channel and building out something that I can be proud of and that you guys will get value from. That's what the first cohort is for, and that's what the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is for. That's why I built those 2 products. They give you a lot of value. They're worth it. And guys, if you're interested, the links are down below. Helps out the channel and helps me to bring higher quality videos to you guys in the future. Wolf of Wall Street said Crypto Soldier. Thank you for getting that reference. Rookie numbers, Trevor H. Yep. Oh man, I gave it away. I should have given you guys more time to think about it. Love that. Trevor said, love this community. Jeb, like the video, folks. Thank you guys. Yeah, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get to 250. I used to hate you, but not anymore. I started to like you now. Well, thank you. Our chat, I guess that's a compliment. Not really sure how to take that, but thank you. Sure, I'm going to go with thank you. The bits between, Jeb, what mic are you getting? Right now I'm rocking a Blue Yeti. It's actually the second Blue Yeti. The first one I had broke, so I just bought another one because I love the microphone so much. I am getting... Wolf of Wall Street actually visited my home. What movie is that? Wolf of Wall Street. It's a great movie. You should see that movie. Nevertheless, I'm getting a Shure SM7B and I'm plugging it into a Rodecaster, I think is what it's called. That's the audio interface for it. So that if I ever want to do, I can speak. If I ever want to do podcasts in the future, because I'm thinking about doing a lot more growth here on the channel, then I can do that. Also has a lot of built-in functionalities. So yeah, who was that asked that question? That was the bits between. Jeff, what mic are you getting? I'm a sound engineer and curious. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting a Shure SM7B, legendary microphone. Everybody knows that mic. And like I said, that's the audio. If you guys don't know, because a lot of you probably don't know audio equipment, the Shure SM7B is a $400 microphone. The audio interface that's going into is a $600 audio interface. The cables alone are probably going to be nearly $50. The stand for the microphone, because it's going to be on a boom mic sitting like right here, that's going to be $150. The thing it plugs into is called a cloud lifter. That's $150. There's a lot of expenses that go into this channel. It's not a free endeavor to make these videos, so please don't think that. The money that goes into CT2A and first cohort comes directly back into the business. Are you a musician, Crypto Jeb? Amateur. Yeah, amateur is a better word. Derek Lee said, wow, Jeb. Crypto Jeb, thank you. Jordan Belfort is a hypnotizing person. Jordan Belfort's very interesting, yeah. Yeah, I was going to suggest the SM7B is the mic Joe Rogan uses, the mic Michael Jackson used on Thriller. Yeah, that microphone is very, very famous for that. Also, since my camera just turned off, I'll go ahead and tell you what camera we're using. We're going to be getting a Sony... Let's see, let's fix this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. This camera is not designed for streaming. I am kind of jerry-rigging it to do it. So give me 1 second to fix that. Give me just one momento to fix that. We're going to need to come over here, and we're going to need to come over here, and we're going to need to hit that button, and then we're going to need to do that. And we are back. Sorry about that. This camera will only go for 30 minutes without turning itself off because this camera was not bought for streaming. This camera was bought for another channel. So that's why I'm getting a new camera also, which is going to be a $1,500 investment. Nevertheless, like I said, the Shure SM7B is a very, very, very popular microphone. It's legendary. Like you said, it was used on Thriller. Joe Rogan uses it. A lot of other live streamers, Steven Crowder uses it. The Rode NT1 is a solid microphone. I know about it. Sandy Candy said Jeb is a genius. I'm not a genius. I just have too much free time. What audio interface you use is going to be a Rodecaster. I believe that's what it's called. I do have that right. Yeah, I'm going to be getting a Rode Rodecaster Pro. But guys, favorite books, Jeb? Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. Think and Grow Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. And, sorry. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Those are 4 great books. Also the Harry Potter series. That's not really entrepreneurial, but that's a great series. I love it so much. No notification, but yes, started streaming. Nice. Hey, videotapes, how you doing? $100 for the camera, $1,400 to always have the always on feature. Yeah, seriously, that's the truth right there. There's no way. Is that your 3rd cup? It's still my 1st cup, but it's a very big cup. Oh man, what am I doing? What am I doing? So guys, yeah, the Shure SM7B I also think would complement my voice very well. You guys can't really tell with the microphone I'm using, but I already have basically a radio voice. And the Shure SM7B would complement that very, very nicely. My phone is on 1%. How about that? Jeb, in my opinion, brings a fresh new aspect into the space. He seems honest and humble, rare in the space these days. Respect. Karen, that's what I'm trying to do. And by the way, I know I have my screen taking up this all of this. I realize that I'm watching the market. If anything major starts happening, I'm going to switch back. I just want to talk to you guys for a little while. Jordan Peterson is an absolute genius. Jocko Willink is also a very, very intelligent person. 20 years in the SEALs. David Goggins. Trevor H. In both the first cohort and in the Crypto Jeb Discord server, there are book recommendation sections because I promise you I'm not going to remember that. So go in there and post that. And actually, you know what? I'm going to be customer oriented, and I'll go ahead and post it myself so I don't forget. There we go. David Goggins. I just posted it so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, the Shure SM7B is not sensitive enough to pick up the sound reflections of the wall. It's not, but the bits between, you're a sound engineer. I don't know if you can tell over this microphone. This is a very echoey room. I'm getting 4 2x4 sound panels from Automute. The bits between, by the way, if you're an audio engineer, I would love to talk to you on Discord, by the way, if you do have a Discord. Buy old! Hey, I was just talking about you in a video. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? Karen said Jordan Peterson, indeed, he should be involved in Bitcoin. Would love to see him debate it. Jordan Peterson, I'm not going to touch his politics. I'm not going to tell you whether or not I agree with that because I don't get political in these videos, even though I wish I could. Jordan Peterson, I don't care what you think about his politics, is a genius. And I disagree with him on a lot of things, but he is a very intelligent person. I can't be president in 2020 because you have to be over 35 to be president, and I am 19. I'm like halfway there now. I love your haircut. Thank you, Biol. I appreciate that. Yeah, I looked like a bit of a caveman. I'm gonna be real with you before. So, I'm happy about it also. I don't know if I want to be president. That's a hard-looking job. Well, break is over and battery's almost dead, so I gotta go. Will Greaves, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys. If any of you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to get to know you guys more. I'd love for you to join our community and kind of get into the circle that we're trying to build here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Jess, everything, you don't know which way I lean because I like to look at both sides. All I'll tell you on my opinion about Steven Crowder is I think his meme of him sitting behind the Change My Mind desk is hilarious. That's all you're going to get out of me. Nothing. I use 12 Rules, 7 Habits, and 4 Arguments as my cornerstones for philosophy. Zeke, that is a good idea. I need to read both of those other books, 7 Habits and 4 Arguments. 4 Agreements, I'm sorry. Zeke, if you wouldn't mind, I'm looking for more books to read. Go ahead and post those in the first cohort. There is a link, there's a chat in there for book recommendation. I'd love to get those in there. Any from the UK here? I am not. TA at these levels. Okay, night from London. Good night, guys. Good night to you guys who are in the UK. I know people talk about financial freedom, yet doing work towards it. Yeah, guys, that's one of the things that I've been talking about for a long time, and I'm gonna see if I can't turn the camera down here just a little bit while you look at my shirt. Let's see. Is that better? Is that better framing? Yes, that is better, so I can lean back. I'm gonna have to adjust that for tomorrow's video, guys. If you don't know, you know the pink chair that you were all arguing with me about? I ordered a blue chair. That was a $400 chair, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to get rid of it. Sitting right over there, it broke. It broke. I guess God was like, no, Jeb, they're right. You shouldn't have a pink gaming chair in your cryptocurrency YouTube channel. So now you're stuck to sitting in this chair that came with the house that is nowhere near as comfortable and doesn't go as high. Yeah. Thanks. So, I guess I gotta get a new chair. And you guys don't have to look at my pink chair anymore. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and switch back on over to my webcam being in the bottom so that we can see what is going on here on the chart, because Bitcoin does look to be moving just a little bit, and I'd like to keep you guys up to date on it. I love hanging out with you guys. If you do like these, give me a 1 in the chat. I would love to hear your opinion on making more videos like this, because I like sitting here just talking to you guys. Victor Matos says, I wish I was 19 again. Yeah, I wish I was 18 again, guys, and I try to make as much use of the time I have as possible. That's one of the things that has allowed me to have what I have at 19 is because I tried to spend my time as wisely as possible and think about 10 years from now and not think about tomorrow. That's one of the things that most people below 25 struggle with is instead of thinking about, oh, how am I going to make enough money to support me and my family and my kids that I'm going to have in 10 years? Or, oh, how am I going to retire after artificial intelligence replaces 80% of jobs? How am I going to make my money when that happens? How am I going to secure myself and my family and my friends for the future? Instead of thinking about that, they're thinking about what club they're going to go to. They're thinking about who's going to spend the night with them, you know? They're thinking about all this other stuff. And believe me, I have plenty of friends like that. Most of my friends are like that. Most of the Christians are, but most of my other friends are like that. And it sucks. It really does. But, you know, that's why people are able to be successful, is because they're special. If you're going to be successful in the world, you have to be special in some way. And I've talked about that with people who are debating me on the educational system, and I think it's a joke the way it's set up, by the way. But you know, you need to understand something, and that's that you don't have infinite time. You're not always going to be young. You need to plan for the future. You need to know what's going to happen when your family needs you, or when your dad gets cancer, or your mom's on her deathbed or something. You need to know what's going to happen when those problems arise. Because let me tell you something, guys. I've been poor, and I've been not poor. And I would much rather not be poor. Just going to say it. I would much rather not be poor. I'm going to put the work in today to make sure that I don't have to worry about that tomorrow, and that my kids don't have to worry about that, and they don't grow up the way I did. Now, out of respect for the people surrounding me, I don't go into too much detail on my past, although I have no problem doing it. But there's a reason why I strive to do what I've done. We just had 2 donations. We had £5 come in from my friend Crypto Crackhead. That is a fantastic name. That's pretty funny. And also, Farshad just donated $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, especially since you said you didn't used to like me so much. Reminiscences of a Stock Operator is a fantastic book, especially when you're having a bad day in terms of trades. I'll send it your way in the Discord. Thank you. Trevor H. said, like and subscribe. Hey, now that's a message I can get behind. It goes back to not wanting financial freedom so bad, yet just talking about it. Yet, guys, that's the thing. It is not, this is something Grant Cardone talks about, and he's, 45 years older than me and worth $1.3 billion more than I am? I disagree with him on a few things. I disagree with how egotistical he is, even though, yes, he does have a reason to be egotistical. But one of the things he said is that it's your responsibility to make money. It's your responsibility to become successful if you are the kind of person who can become successful. It is your responsibility to make the most out of what you were given, because there are other people that were not given that. And because you were given that, if you were given that, you need to be able to use that to help those that did not have the same opportunity that you did. I was given an opportunity and I got very lucky, but I'll tell you what, I want to make sure I make the most of it so that I'm able to help other people who weren't given the same opportunity and perhaps give them an opportunity in the future. The dominoes start to fall, but if one of the dominoes is just sitting stiff and it doesn't want to fall over because it's just like, oh no, I just want to sit here and watch Netflix all day, then you kind of screw up the whole system. If it's your job to fall down and knock over a bigger domino so that they can be successful in the future, if you're part of that chain, you need to do it. If you're destined to become successful, you're destined to become successful for a reason. If you're destined to make a lot of money, it happened for a reason. Guys, I don't know about you. I hope you think this, but I believe that every single one of us was put on planet Earth for a reason. I think one of the reasons that I was put on planet Earth was to inspire people, to motivate people, to teach people, and to help people. And that's what I'm trying to do here at the YouTube channel. That's why these programs exist. That's why CT2A exists. That's why the first cohort exists. Because like it or not, the world revolves around money. And you need money to do things in this world. I want to help people. I want to educate people. And to do that, it does require finances. William, you did not miss the stream. They made me drink an entire pot of coffee, so we're going to be going for a while. I'm wired, so I'm not going to sleep anytime soon. Byol just donated $100. Holy cow. Dude, what? That is the biggest donation we have ever had. What in the world, dude? You did not just do that. No way, man. I really appreciate that. Guys, give Byol a round of applause in the chat. Dude's 80 years old and a trooper. Dude, you have so much wisdom to drop Byol. You ought to start your own YouTube channel. I know that you have a lot of lessons that you could teach us. I really appreciate the $100. You shouldn't have done that, but that will go directly into the channel and supporting the channel and growing the channel. So thank you for that donation. I did not expect that. Man, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Man, someone told me to look up the longs, and they are absolutely right. I wish I had that motivation you do. Derek, I'll tell you how I got that motivation. I did it deliberately, because this is important. This is one of the things I want to start doing more on this channel, and a project that I'm working on behind the scenes, is motivation. I mean, there's a lot of motivational speakers out there, and they're doing it for the wrong reason. I mean, what they're doing is great. They're motivating you, and they're inspiring you, but they don't give you actionable steps. And I don't want to just be one of those people that says, oh, well, work harder and hustle, and then you'll make a bunch of money. I want to be the kind of guy who says, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you ought to be doing. Go and do this, and you're going to be successful. It's not that hard. Luck is important, but you only become lucky if you put yourself in the position to become lucky. Okay, if someone's working at McDonald's and all of a sudden there's this gigantic opportunity in the stock market, how are they going to be able to afford to make the most out of that opportunity? They can't. They won't, because they didn't put themselves in a position to get lucky. You have to put yourself in a position to be lucky. I need to drink coffee more often. How about this? Did he see the $100? He just gave me $100. Yeah, he did. Thank you. Big shout out. And guys, Derek just said not for material things. I don't want money for material things. Guys, I'm perfectly comfortable sitting in this chair right here that was probably like $20 at Office Depot. This is like look. There's nothing fancy about this chair. I don't need a fancy chair. I like my $400 chair. It's nice and comfortable. But guess what? It broke. You know? It broke. Expensive things break. And I'll tell you something. That $400, it didn't make me $400 back. What will make me $400 back is buying a Shure SM7B for $400. What will make me $400 back is buying a $400 microphone. Or a $400 lens. Or a $400 bookshelf with a bunch of stuff on it to decorate the background. Investing in your future so that you can then go and use that money to reinvest in others is what you want to do with your money. You know, I wanted to buy a Corvette C8, and right now, guys, I could go and buy a brand new Corvette C8 for $85,000, put a $20,000 down payment on it, make a $1,000 payment a month, $300 a month in insurance. I could go and do that. I'm in a position where I could do that. Why in the hell would I do that? That's one of the biggest mistakes that people my age make, is that they start making these stupid decisions. By the way, Farshad just donated another $5. Thank you very much for that, guys. I do appreciate that. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make in my life, at my age, is they make a bunch of money, and then they go and they spend all that money on liabilities. Guys, one of the foundational entrepreneurship books you need to read is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I don't agree with a lot of what Robert Kiyosaki does on YouTube. He's kind of just a salesman now. I mean, he's a motivational speaker, but whatever. What he says in that book, one of the best things he teaches in that book is the difference between an asset and a liability. And for that reason alone, Robert Kiyosaki is a very, very, very good a good person to listen to. A lot of people my age, they sink their money into liabilities, and they don't put their money in assets. Put your money in assets. Live the life 20 years from now. Don't try and live the life right now. You haven't made the life. If I want to go and live in a $10 million mansion, I can't do that right now. But if I work my ass off right now and I save every penny I have and don't spend money on stupid things and buy a $5,000 motorcycle instead of an $85,000 car and put the rest of that money into my business and expand and grow and build, not only will I be helping myself, I can also do what I was put on this planet to do, which is to help other people. So stop spending money on stupid things. Jeb is currently trading this dump. I have no idea how I could be trading this dump with all this stuff I'm saying. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think I'd be a good motivational speaker. I'm really curious if you guys would be interested to see me do this kind of stuff on its own dedicated channel along with other financial topics completely separate from cryptocurrency. It would not impact Crypto Jeb, but I am interested to hear what you think about that. About me talking about entrepreneurship and business and real estate and all that. But see, Mr. Anderson, what you just said there, I know you were joking, but I'm going to make a point out of it. You said, think about how many girls you'll get with that vet. One, any girl that wants me because I have an awesome Rapid Blue Corvette C8 3LT with the Z51 performance package with the front end lift kit. Yes, I know exactly how I'd spec the thing. Yes, maybe I'd get a lot of girls. I don't care about girls that want a guy for their car. I don't care about that. But also, I'd rather be extremely, extremely wealthy, worth over $100 million in 10 years, than driving around a fancy car right now. Because let me tell you something, this right here is one of the most important lessons I have learned in my life. And that is, listen up, seriously, I'm about to drop some really serious wisdom on you, and it's going to change your outlook if you implement this. This is important. I know I say a lot of things. I know there's a lot of golden nuggets that you can take from what I'm saying. I realize that. This one is extremely important. If you have to brag about it, it's not worth bragging about. Because if it doesn't speak for itself, it's not worth bragging about. If you have to brag about how much money you've made, it's not speaking for itself. If you have to brag about how successful you are, it doesn't speak for itself. If you have to brag about how hard you work at the gym, it doesn't speak for itself. Because when you're actually successful, other people do the thinking for you. Your achievements do the thinking for you. The things that you had to buy for your business, like your office, they speak for you. If you have to brag about it, it's not worth bragging about. Because if it was worth bragging about it, you wouldn't have to brag about it. Think about that. That'll keep you humble. And humility is one of the things that'll make you rich. Sure, you don't care about girls, are you gay? No, I'm most certainly not gay. I do like girls, but nevertheless, that's not what I'm after. I'm after financial independence and the ability to help people. Now, don't get me wrong. A long time ago, I wrote down the 3 things I want out of life, and I think this will help you guys also because it's very important you have a vision for your future. Because if you don't have a solid vision and a solid foundation of what you want to do with your life, you're never going to find the motivation to do it. I laid out 3 things that I want out of life. That's pretty much it. The way that you get people in this world that seem to not care about anything, they seem to just be infinitely confident, and I'm by no means saying that that's who I am. But one of the ways that you get to that point is you pick a few things that you care about and you disregard the rest. I picked 3 things I cared about. And it's sitting in that closet over there. It's written on a piece of paper I wrote down over a year and a half ago. This channel had a little under 10,000 subscribers when I wrote it. I wrote number 1, I want total financial and time freedom. So what that means is I want to have a ridiculous amount of money and enough leeway in my schedule to do whatever I want, whenever I want. Because I know my motives are solid. I know I'm going to want to do the right thing. The right thing morally. Now, I might not want to do the right thing that makes sense. I mean, we all make mistakes, but the right thing morally, I know. Number 2, A wife. That's one of the things I want out of life. And number 3 is I want to help as many people as possible in this world. Let me see if I can find that paper, actually. Let me see if I can find that. I think you guys would like seeing that. Should be right up here. Oh, I found it. Right here. I told you. I don't make things up. You have never heard me lie on this channel. It's right there. Let me see if I can get this on full screen. Can you guys see that? Now, I know I write like a chicken, but it says, the 3 things I demand out of life. A beautiful, loving, loyal woman to take as my bride. So much money that I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And to help as many people as possible before I die. August 9th, 2018. That's what I want out of life. If you figure out what you want out of life, and you decide these are the things I care about, you're going to get it. Life has a tendency, the universe has a tendency of giving you what you want if you demand it enough. And those are the 3 things I want. Make sure your goals are clear. If you have money, never let her know. Serious, you're walking into 80% of women who are nearly psychotic since feminism took all this country. Yeah, I try. But guys, I'm in a much better financial situation than most people my age, so I try to keep it to myself with people I've just met, women or men, interested or not. Angie's World, I'd like to counter what you just said there by saying this. Who has ever had an original thought? Give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever had an actual original thought that had absolutely no outside influence from anyone else. Yes, a lot of the stuff I'm saying I've repeated from other YouTubers. Yes, a lot of the stuff I'm saying I've learned from other people. There's nothing wrong with learning from other people, because if no one ever learned from any other people, no one would know anything. Your argument makes no sense. List 100, at least 100. No, I keep it to 3, and there's a reason I keep it to 3, and I don't add a single more to that, because there's more things I'd like to add to that list. Those are very broad. One of them is very specific, but they're very broad. Helping other people, that's my goal in life. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, but I put a star next to it. Like, yeah, see that? I really don't know if you guys can see that very well with that light. Let me turn off my key light over here. Turn off some of the lighting in the room, and you can read it now. There we go. Yeah, see? Like I said, is it over here? No, it's over here. There's a star. To help as many people as possible before I die. That's one of the things I demand out of life. By the way, if you're getting into YouTube, lighting is very important. There's a reason my face looks like this right now. It's because my key light's off. Let's turn that back on. What a world of difference that makes. Those are the 3 things I want out of life, guys. Keep it simple, because if you have 100 things that you want, you're going to forget all of them. Life is simple, Jeb. Amen. Yeah, it's really simple. My role model, good question. Since we're going off on this entrepreneurship, motivational, self-help, whatever kind of nonsense this is, I will tell you my role models. Now, one thing to remember is that no one's a role model for everything. And that's something that a lot of people, because especially in like, okay, later, dude. What are your rules to live by, Jeb? Walk a mile around trouble. You'll always be remembered for the things you say and do. There might be someone watching this video who recognizes what I'm saying here. There are a lot of things I live by. What are your rules to live the best life? Okay, I'll give you a few rules. Here are 2 that my dad taught me. Walk a mile around trouble, and you'll always be remembered for the things you say and do. My dad hates being in front of cameras. He will probably never come on my channel, but I would love to sit down and have an interview with him one day. FOMO Joe, I completely agree, because what I said, those 3 things I listed, FOMO Joe, let me clarify before I go on to the next topic. What I listed here, these are not actually goals. This is not a goal sheet. That's not what this is. It doesn't say goals up here. It says the 3 things I demand out of life. That's different from a goal. The reason I wrote this is not because that's what I'm striving for. That's a vision. And you're never going to hit a goal unless you have a vision for why you're hitting that goal. And yeah, I know this has gone off the rails. We're not really doing technical analysis. I'll be honest with you guys, the market's not doing anything anyway. As far as rules, though, like I said, walk a mile around trouble. Don't get into confrontation if you don't need to be in confrontation. You'll always be remembered for the things you say and do. I don't care if I'm talking to the cab driver, the tow truck driver, the waitress, the clerk at the cash register. I don't care who I'm talking to. Because you might run into that person later. Have you guys ever seen, give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen Iron Man 3. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen Iron Man 3. Before I make the rest of that point, I want to say also this. Another rule I live by is think about what you're, okay, this is a great way to model your own thinking, is this. Don't think about what you're going to think of your decision tomorrow. Think about in 10 years which decision you wish you had made. If you think it's going to be decision A, make decision A. If you think it's going to be decision B, make decision B. And if you think you won't care in 10 years what decision you made, then don't spend too much time thinking about the decision. You're wasting your time. Your TAR go-to for lunch break entertainment. I thank you so much for that. That's really appreciated. So guys, the reason I asked you if you've ever seen Iron Man 3 is because of this. This is something I was just saying. I'm always nice. I always try to be as polite as possible to everyone I meet. I always try to inspire people. I always try to help people. Do whatever I can for whoever I can. Because in Iron Man 3, if you guys remember that movie, I just rewatched it again a couple nights ago. At the beginning of the movie, Iron Man writes off some guy who is building this think tank and kind of treat him like crap. 14 years later, the dude is very, very wealthy, created super soldiers that nearly killed his wife and him, destroyed his house. And the reason he did that is because he hated Iron Man, because of how he treated him 14 years ago when he was a nobody. Remember that the nobodies that you're talking to today might be somebody in the future, and they might even be more powerful than you. And honestly, it doesn't even matter, because the right thing to do is to treat everyone with respect. Guys, I'm going to keep this live stream going because I have coffee in me and you guys forced me to, so I'm going to do that, but I will be right back. And I am back. Let's see, what's going on in chat? Jeff is going to smoke. I do not smoke marijuana. How did you guys even get on the topic of marijuana? Marijuana is probably a great industry to be investing in, but I don't smoke, nor do I like marijuana. This guy cannot trade successfully. Tell that to the 60% trade I made, followed by the 30% trade I made a week ago with the first cohort. Screw you. Respect is earned. Mr. Anderson, that's absolutely right. If you're having to demand respect, then clearly you're not worth respecting in the first place. Just notice all the material and pleasures for a short while. You want to find that way, makes you happy. Where's the charts? Gotta go, everyone. Smash the likes. Yep, thank you for everything you do. I've seen every video you ever made. See you later. By the way, you have the best people in live chat. They are great too. Thank you, Biold. Thank you again for the $100 donation. That came out of left field. I really appreciate that. That was really cool of you. Like I said, did not expect that. Let's go ahead and pull up some charts here, though. I do want to look real quick at the longs chart because this thing is mooning, guys. Okay, we are up probably, what, like 1 or 2%? 2% in the last 2 hours. Jeez. Not 2 hours, excuse me, in the last 5 or 6 hours, actually. That is nuts. That is really interesting, too, because Bitcoin is not looking like it's in a great position. I think a lot of the reason that those longs are rallying like that is because my hair is falling down. That's why, because my toupee is falling off. No, because Bitcoin is sitting in this falling wedge over here, and because Bitcoin might be looking to break bullish out of it sometimes in the next 12 hours. That might be why those longs are rallying. That's really interesting. It's really interesting. Let me read chat real quick. Nobody who is as sharp and bright as Jeb smokes weed. Yeah, I've never smoked weed, and I plan to keep it that way, but frankly, I don't like what it does to the brains of people that I see using it. I hate this camera, guys. Join the first cohort in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy so that I can justify spending $1,500 on a new camera so that this doesn't happen again. Very annoying. Let's go ahead and turn this back on. Like I said, if there's any camera nerds in the audience, I'm looking at getting an A6400 with a 30mm f1.4 lens. Let's go ahead and get you back up, camera. My sincerest apologies, guys, for the nonsense that is this camera messing with me. There we go. You guys got a reprieve from looking at my ugly mug for a few minutes there. No, honestly, I think for some people, weed is actually I think it probably works with some people, but honestly, if you're smoking every day, your brain's working at like 75-80% at most. If I'm working at 100%, I'm naturally going to beat you. Jeb is straight edge. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I'm really enjoying hanging out with you. We're probably going to go for another half an hour or so. That coffee, though. Yeah, let's drink a little bit more coffee since you guys made me go and get it. I don't want to waste it. Yeah, guys, there's a very, very wealthy YouTuber named Patrick Bet-David. You guys probably know of PBD. Dude's probably worth over $100 million. And one of the things he said was, in each of the 20-year blocks in your life, 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and 60 to 80, there's different things you ought to be doing in each of those sections of your life. And you know what he said about 0 through 20 is that when you're not even 20 years old yet, your job in life is not actually to do anything productive. It's not even to really do a whole lot. The main thing you need to do in your first 20 years of life is to not screw it up. Is to not screw your life up. And honestly, if you guys made it through your childhood and you're in your early 20s, even if you're in your 30s, I don't care what age you are, if you've managed not to totally wreck your life, you're already at an advantage over a lot of people. And that's one of the things that my father did so well, is made sure that I didn't screw up too bad. Isn't that like the entire job of a parent, is to make sure that you don't screw yourself over before you even had a chance to make it in the world. Excuse my squeaky chair, guys. I'm going to be replacing this chair. Join the first cohort in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy so we can finance that. Heckin' yeah. I mean, I can do it right now, but Jeb, throw up a QR code to a wallet so that we can donate instead of letting YouTube take their cut. There are donation links for the Bitcoin and the Litecoin and the Ethereum down below. Yeah, no, that's another thing that's really important, guys, is that there's a lot of people that they just don't think long term. They don't think about what's going to happen 10 years from now. They don't think about what their decisions are going to do 10 years from now, or 20 years from now, or 30 years from now. They don't think about how their decisions are going to impact them more than a week from today, or even more than a minute from today. Some people do stupid things and they don't realize that a minute from now, I'm going to have a broken arm, or I'm going to be dead. People don't think ahead. They don't think that far in the future. The farther you can think out, the longer you can delay gratification, the more successful you're going to be. That is a fact. Argue me, you're going to lose. I promise you. Jeb, what if Rich Dad Poor Dad was mandatory reading in freshman high school English? I would jump up in glee. I wish every single student going through the high school education system would benefit from that. Absolutely. Augustin, thank you for the Augustin Rodriguez, thank you for the live streaming. Thank you for joining. Foresight is so important. That's why I bought a house at 22. Zeke, yeah, there you go, Zeke. I don't own this house. I rent this house because I'm 19 and I haven't had a whole lot of time to build up my wealth and everything. But I'm looking at buying hopefully 4 properties next year. 1 for me and 3 rental properties. By the way, I'm gonna buy the 3 rental properties first because I don't need a new house. I like the house I have. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. It's really funny seeing friends of mine that are like 17 walk into my house. I love that. That's a funny feeling. Because, guys, it's really, it's... I'll tell you something. When you go from nothing, especially if you didn't have anything to start with, it's a really good feeling when you look back and you say, look at what these last 2 years have done. I've built something. I've built something. I can look back and say, hey, look. I did something. You know, it sounds stupid, but it's a good feeling to be able to look back at what you've done and say, hey, you know, I've worked my butt off for 2 years, and there you go. I done it. It's a good feeling to have that gratification and say, you know what, I worked my butt off, and I got paid for it. Completely agree. Derek Alex Becker, I watch every single one of his videos ever since he became a minimalist and owns a bed. One of his rooms has nothing but camera equipment and some medical stuff in it. He's got his desk. He has a Shure SM7B also. He has like 2 knives. Yeah, no, I watch him, Derek Lee. I watch every single one of his videos. I've been watching Alex Becker since before this channel existed. No, I'm well aware of Alex Becker. Now, Alex Becker is the CEO of Hyros. Yeah, I know. He shut down his other companies. If you own a house and don't plan on being there for 30 plus years, you're an idiot and should just rent. East Coast, I completely agree, which is why I'm buying those 3 rental properties first, because I expect to be worth a lot more money in 5 years than I am now, so I don't want to buy a $250,000, $400,000 home next year and then want to upgrade to something else unless the house I'm buying I can also cash flow. So if I buy a house for myself next year, it is going to be a house that I can set up as a rental property to cash flow, because some houses are nice to live in, but they're not good for cash flow on real estate. Trevor H., I'm a real estate agent and personal trainer in the investing community, has a lot of inspirational entrepreneurial stories. Absolutely. Totally agree. I'm going to be getting pretty big into real estate next year. I'm going to be doing some house flipping and stuff, and you guys will see all of that. I love commission-based jobs. Yeah, Trevor, I do too, because it's one of those things. It's like this YouTube channel. You make money proportionally to the amount of value you give. The more value I give you guys, the more money I make, and then the more I can reinvest, and the more we grow. That's how capitalism works, and it's amazing. Football Play said, crypto versus Forex stocks, which one is perfect and safe to invest? Neither. And, in fact, none. Because nothing is perfect, nothing is safe. Unfortunately, that is just the case. Wait for a housing crash, then buy 4. Duke, I'm going to be buying before, during, and after the housing crash. Because if you guys don't know a whole lot about real estate and rental property, rental prices don't go down. Rental values, they tend not to go down during recessions. They actually plateau. Meanwhile, housing prices sometimes get cut in half. So I'm going to be buying a lot more houses when the market crashes. The next time the market crashes, I expect to be sitting on a couple $100,000 that I can just dump into a bunch of real estate. Call me Jev, please. Rhymes with Jev. Where are you located? I live in White Rock, BC, Canada. It's just a mile from the northwest border of your lower 48 near Blaine, Washington. I've been very close to there. I was in Seattle back in 8th grade. No, I live in Florida. So, literally on the opposite side of the continent from you. But no, yeah, guys, I'm going to be buying a lot of real estate over the next 5 years. And you guys are going to be seeing that because I'm going to be making some videos on it. And buy a bunch of distressed homes. Oh, yeah, no, when the market crashes, I'm going to be jumping all over that. I'm going to be getting a lot of real estate when the market crashes, believe me. Currently working on that, buddy, too. Hey, Captain Trips, how you doing? I started my business, which is a gym, from my Bitcoin purchases from July 2017. I sold January 2018 at $17K. Profited $30,000 and been accumulating since $10K on the way down to $4K back up. Nice. Compound interest for the win. Yeah, guys, real estate is a lot more profitable than some people think it is. I've looked at about 10 different homes here just to see how much I like the area I live in. If I assume no vacancies, which is not going to happen, factoring in home insurance, taxes, and mortgage payments, most of the houses around here are ones that are decently well set up to cash flow between 20 and 30% a year, cash on cash return. That's ridiculous. That means I invest $100,000 and we make $20,000 to $30,000 back, again, assuming no vacancies. Assuming vacancies, let's call it 15% cash on cash. That is very, very high. Jeb, you own any crypto? Of course I own crypto. Over 20% of my net worth is in cryptocurrency. Derek said, very inspiring, you know, Jeb. Thank you, Derek. Do you think it's ethical to buy up repossessed houses? Well, I don't see why not. And honestly, guys, if an ethical concern comes up in business, I'm going to side with my moral conscience over the part of me that wants to make money every single time. But I have to think about that. You know, I don't like to voice an opinion that's not very thoroughly thought out. So I'm going to tentatively say no, I don't have a problem with it, but that might change. So. Duke said, just joined CT2A. You seem legit, Jeb. Plus a 2-week refund is really nice. Can't wait to dive in. Let's go ahead and confirm that real quick. Lucas joined an hour ago. We need a big old gulp of coffee. I'm going to regret that in the morning. I hope you guys couldn't hear that. I'm sorry. Love the real estate talk here, Trevor. Absolutely. Welcome to the CT2A. Welcome to CT2A, Duke. I've noticed your name for a while. I said I'd take a big gulp if someone did that, so they did. Everyone should be buying their rental properties. Absolutely. Everybody, start buying, please. You'll raise property values. Just wait until I have my properties first, and then start buying. Let me do it first. Streaming Wizard said 1. I'm not sure why he said 1, but sure, 1. Buy a lot, throw up some cheap mini storage units and rent them out. When housing market crash, people need a place to store their stuff when they look for housing. That's a good call, Mr. Anderson. That's a really good call. One of the things I'm looking at doing is I live close to UF, University of Florida. Go Gators. I'm looking at buying some houses just north of the campus so that when game day happens, because there's like 30,000 people in town, it's ridiculous how much freaking traffic there is. Nevertheless, I'm looking at buying some houses up there and turning them into Airbnbs and betting on the Florida Gators doing well, because that would make a lot of money. Get that commission-based job and build up capital, then invest it appropriately. Absolutely agree. That's why I started the YouTube channel and I didn't continue working at Barnes & Noble, because I knew that I would never get to where I am now working for $8, $10 an hour. So guys, by the way, Lucas joined CT2A and Adrian, I'm not going to say the last name, Adrian joined the first cohort. Welcome guys to the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy and the first cohort. I appreciate you guys joining. You're going to get a lot of value out of what you just joined. CT2A has 34 videos. 34 videos, Lucas. 34. Okay, that's a lot of videos. There's 34 videos, 10 hours of content. That's from the very basics all the way up to the far more advanced concepts. We're talking about stuff like gut feeling, market structure, math psychology, market sentiment, golden cross and death cross. Some of this stuff is stuff that, yeah, you can go Google it on Investopedia. The reason you buy a course is not for information, though, guys. The reason you buy a course is for organization and for exclusive content. You're going to find both of those things in CT2A. You're going to find things that I learned through trading that I've never seen anyone else talk about. It's part of the reason that I'm able to be so successful with trading. And you're also going to find an organizational structure here that will help you to learn these concepts and remember them. The analogy I use a lot is if you were trying to learn, let's say, math, and you were in college, and you went Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Monday you had one teacher, and on Wednesday you had a different teacher, and then on Friday you had a different teacher, and each of them had a different exam schedule, each of them had a different trading style. One liked whiteboards, one liked smartboards, one liked blackboards, one liked giving tests all day long, one liked reading out of books, one didn't. One was funny, one was stupid, one was hard to understand. If you had a different teacher every single time you walked into class, it'd be very hard to learn. That's what you're trying to do if you're trying to learn all this stuff on the internet. The organization here in CT2A alone, without the information, is probably worth $500. Easy. Because of the amount of money you can make in cryptocurrency. It's worth every penny, guys. There's a $40 off coupon code down below, Christmas 2019. If you want to learn how I trade cryptocurrency markets, there's over 1,000 students in CT2A. You can join them with the link down below. I've waited so long to see what Jeb looked like. I'm so bloody excited. Great to see your face, man. Thank you so much. Hey, M space MM. Go back about 3 weeks on the channel. We did a pretty awesome face reveal video. You might be interested to see that. I look like a caveman because I hadn't had my hair cut yet, but you know, it looked good. And also, guys, with the first cohort, there's about 54 people in the first cohort right now. You're gonna get a lot of you're gonna get a lot of value out of this. I'm playing with my lens cap, by the way. That goes right up here. You're going to get a whole lot of value out of this as well, guys. I built this so that you get, I mean, it's just ridiculous how much value you get out of this. You get the private Discord server. Starting in January, you're going to be getting the morning live streams, coffee, and crypto. You're also going to be getting 8 videos down here right now. That's going to nearly double in the next month or so as I continue working on the first cohort and fleshing it out. You're going to get access to a lot of content with both of these products, and both of them are helping to support the channel, guys. Also, since I'm talking about it, there are affiliate links down below. Every single one of those I use, every single one of them I stand by, and every single one of them will help you if you use them. So guys, like I said, if you want to support the channel, those are great ways to do it. As I said earlier, I'm about to spend nearly $4,000 upgrading stuff on this channel. Joining CT2A, joining First Cohort, that is not going to line my pockets. I'm not selling you guys those products so that I can go buy a Corvette or a Ferrari or a new house to live in or something fancy. I'm not doing it to buy a $10,000 watch. I have the same watch I've always had. It's right here. It is a Vincero Chrono. It says Vini Vidi Vici on the back. I'm not selling the course so that I can go and make a bunch of money. I'm selling the course so that I can upgrade stuff. I mean, I have the money to do it right now, but I want to make sure that I'm able to pay for taxes and everything. So, there you go, guys. Make as much money in crypto, then give most of the money to those that need it. Yeah, exactly, Derek Lake. Zeke says, ha ha ha, dude, you know your stuff. I bought one block up from a college and the property value rose from $214,000 to $370,000 in 6 years. Yeah, absolutely, Zeke, exactly. And also, I have connections with someone who owns an apartment complex that's worth probably $100 million just north of UF. I've got a connection there that I can use because he's expanding. He just built a $10 million apartment building just across the street from the Florida Stadium. $10 million. Only has 94 units and it's worth $10 million to build that unit. I'm going to try and buy some real estate very close to that because that property value is going to skyrocket if he ever tries to build more units there. There's a lot of money in real estate, guys. I love cryptocurrency, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll always be in cryptocurrency, but you're going to see a lot more real estate stuff coming out of me in the future. If you want to see that, join the First Cohort. Let's see if I have any more coffee here. What in the world am I doing? It's 9 o'clock. Who knows? Who knows? 880 square feet for $214. That's insane. My house was worth $250,000 and it's got over twice that much square footage. That's crazy. But then again, real estate prices are a lot higher in places besides here. St. Pete is great as well as Tampa. Oh yeah, Tampa. Yeah, Tampa. I mean, goodness gracious, that town's always growing. You can see it from hundreds of miles away. I've flown over Florida, and you can see Tampa from literally anywhere in Florida. It's crazy how big that is. And guys, one of the reasons I want to get into real estate is because I want to lock in the gains that I've made here with the YouTube channel and with cryptocurrency into long-term passive income. It's hard to build passive income in cryptocurrency. It's not very easy. I mean, BitConnect didn't exist forever. Mining is okay, but it has a very low return. Real estate, on the other hand, can give you that. Who watches Steve at opticalart.com? Opticalart.com, Steve over there, he was commenting all of his stuff in my my comment section before he went and started his YouTube channel. He blew up after he started his YouTube channel. It's really funny. I don't totally agree with everything he does, but good on him for his work ethic. I will give props where props are due. Let's pause that. There we go. I'm 35 and have 7 rental houses, property. Totally agree. I want to have guys, I don't want to just have like 10 or 20 real estate property. I want to have like 5 properties. I want to build a real estate investment company and have another company that is making cash flow, and all of its profits that don't go back into investing in that property go straight into a real estate investment firm. That's the idea for my future, is have one cash flow business that I love. CryptoJev is going to be one of them, and the YouTube channels I'll make after this are going to be one of them. Cryptocurrency is going to be a part of that, and another business I'll probably be starting in 2021. But real estate is going to be a core foundation, a backbone for that, to multiply that money. Who else is hitting the gym tomorrow morning? Me. I am. I have a subscription to Gainesville Health and Fitness. Used to be all about me, but after I help people, something in me changed. That my purpose is to help people, not to make it all about getting XYZ. Yeah, Derek Lee, that happened to me in 10th grade. And that's a story that I don't know that I'll ever tell on YouTube, but That happened to me in 10th grade. Very big development in my life. I might write an autobiography one day. If I do, I'll describe it in that. Anyway, would you be paying a property manager, management team, chapter? After I have maybe 10 properties, I probably will. By that point, it'll be its own company. But I want to manage it myself for as long as possible. Jeb, you were calling for a moonshot a few days ago. You're an effing moron. Oh, wow. We got a hater in the chat. How about that? Yes, I was calling for Bitcoin to break bullish, and guess what? It didn't. No one's perfect. You know, a lot of the technicals were pointing to a bullish breakout. And there was a very good argument to be made for a bullish breakout. And then very quickly, every single one of those technicals changed its tune when Bitcoin broke to the downside. I can only go by what I have in the moment. It's easy to say I'm an effing idiot now, after we have rejected. It wasn't so easy 4 days ago. I'd like to see you make a YouTube video every single day and try that. Love the channel, watch your videos every morning. Thank you, Michael Long. I really appreciate that. Who is trading now or waiting for 6K? But really, Jeb, thanks for the videos. Thank you, Yan Zing Chang. Yep, excuse me. Yan Zing Chan. I think I got that right. I'm sorry if I messed that up the first or second time. Yeah, I guess Asia's waking up right now, aren't they? Because real estate will compromise your desire to have time freedom if you didn't. No, real estate is going to... I have a passion for real estate. I love that market. It would mess with my desire to have time freedom, and if that becomes a problem, then I can hire a property manager. I plan on having thousands of apartment units 20 years from now. So by that point, of course, I'll have either a sub-company that I own. We need to look at this. Bitcoin's moving. I'll either have a sub-company I own or a company that I'm in contract with, managing the properties. But for right now, I'm going to manage the houses myself, the single family units. If you don't make a plan, you plan to fail. I heard there's an amazing quote by, I want to say it wasn't FDR, it was Dwight D. Eisenhower back when he was a general. He said I often find that plans are useless, but planning is invaluable. And like you said, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. Bitcoin is falling right now, guys. Bitcoin's trading around $7,850. We're moving to the downside. This may be a good opportunity to short, but be very careful because we are also testing a downtrend of support. This downwards trending blue line right here is very critical at the moment. And as you can see, after I said that, Bitcoin started bouncing. Guys, it's a reason the technical analysis works. It's a reason I talk about it so much. It's a reason I'm playing with this lens camp. It's because it's important. Be very careful with what you're doing here, especially if you're leverage trading. Real estate tycoon Jev, as you asked me to call you. Yeah, that's the idea. I want several thousand apartment units. The dream, like I told you guys with this piece of paper right here, you got to have a dream, you got to have a vision, you got to have something you're working towards. What I'm working towards is having like $50 million a month in revenue coming in from real estate. That's one of my dreams. I'm going to become a billionaire in my lifetime, and I'm going to help hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people out of the same situation that I found myself in when I was a kid. And not only am I going to help them out of it, I'm going to show them how to not only come back from it, but also how to grow from it. And you know, it's really funny because the more people that hate on you, the more you know that you're going in the right direction. So I actually really like when people hate on me in the comment section. I've always liked that. Keep it coming, guys. Keep the hate coming. I revel in it. I had a friend of mine, I was telling him what I'm going to do with my life. I was telling him I'm going to buy a $50 million jet one day. And I'm not going to buy it until I need it because my company is going to be big enough that it needs it. And he was like, oh, Jeb, you're never going to do that. What are you talking about? You can't do that. This was nearly a year ago. This is a funny story. He said, you can't do that. Why are you even thinking about that? Why are you dreaming like that? His name's Steven. He might be, no, he's not watching this. And I looked at him, I said, Steven, say it again. Say it again. I want you to say it again so badly. Steven, please, one more time, tell me that I can't do it. Tell me that I can't have that $50 million jet and $1 billion company and several thousand apartment units and billions of dollars to help people around the world with. Tell me again I can't do it. Please. And he wouldn't do it because he was kind of creeped out by how happy I was that I asked him to say it again. And about 6 months later, we were riding around. I was riding to the bank with him. And he's not the most socially, and he asked me, Jeb, how much money do you make this month? And I looked down, I said $30,000. And he's like, oh, okay. And he shut up. And I'm going to use him as an example for the rest of my life now, just as I told him I would. If you're going to dream, why not dream big? Because what happens if it comes true? You know? It's really funny. The look on his face, man. He doesn't doubt me anymore. But he did, and that's what matters, because a lot of people get hindered by that doubt, but I revel in it. I love when people hate on me. I love when people doubt me. I wish more people in my life doubted me. You know, he's one of the only people that ever really doubted me. Or at least vocally said it. But I think there's a lot of value. Guys, this is something that's really important also. I think there's a lot of value in your doubters. I think there's a lot of value in your haters. I think there's a lot of value in me turning the chart back on because Bitcoin's moving. I think there's a lot of value in understanding that there's a lot of value in everything. But there's especially a lot of value in people that say you can't do it. Because there's something really awesome about telling them, up yours, I'm going to do it anyway. Ooh, we got a hater. How about that? How about that? We got 2 haters in the comment section. Guys, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Most other YouTubers would have banned you by now. I love it. Bring it on. Bring it on. I want it. Hit me. Tell me. Go on. Go on. Keep it coming. I'm going to read you. Go ahead. Fix your teeth, bro. All right. Beware of this scammers. Beware of this scammers. I'm a scammers plural, apparently. This guy just wants to sell his course and cannot trade himself. 100% broke. His sentence inside his feed tells you everything. His sentence inside his feed tells you everything. I'm broke. That's why. Okay. All right. Help me find an entry point. Yeah, like I said, Bitcoin is getting more volatile here, so we need to look back on this. Bitcoin is sitting above support right now. Another 1,000 payback for that big. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. Oh, I love it. We got another hater. We got 3 of them now, guys. Hell yeah. Go grab all your friends. Go grab all your friends. I want to hear it. Come on, bring it in. Bring it. Bring it. I've heard it all. I have heard it before. It's funny. Yeah, these people are getting pissed because they know they can't do it themselves. Or at least they don't believe. It's their limiting beliefs that are holding them back. It's really sad because when other people know that they're failures, they think that they got to make sure everybody else is a failure to make them happy because they can't see anyone else have what they want, but secretly know that they don't have what it takes or that they don't believe that they have what it takes to go and get it. It's really funny because people that are not successful like to hate on people that are successful, and I don't consider myself successful yet. I don't think that I deserve that moniker. Some people call me that, but I don't deserve that. I've not worked hard enough to consider myself successful. I still very tentatively call myself a YouTuber because there's respect that comes with that name. I still very tentatively call myself an entrepreneur because there's a lot of respect that comes with that word. The people that know that they will never be successful because they don't think they have what it takes, they do have what it takes. They just don't think they do. They got to try and derail other people because some people just want to see the world burn. So go right ahead and keep on doing that. You're just digging your own hole deeper. I have everything you want, that's for sure. That's funny because the only thing I want is exactly what I have. Time freedom, enough money to do whatever I want with my life, and a dream, and a passion, and a goal, and a future. I have everything I want. What do I need from you? Absolutely nothing. And guys, that's where your freedom is going to come from, is being able to, as my father once told me, or told me many thousands of times, the ability to tell anyone to kiss your rear end is a very valuable asset. And I can tell anyone in the world right now to kiss it, and I'll be fine. Now, I'm a pretty polite guy, so I don't do that, but it's nice to have that feeling. What is success to you? I'll tell you what success is. Success to me is being able to live a life that you are the most happy with for the rest of your life without having to do anything you don't want to do. Now, that being said, to become successful, whatever that means to you, you're going to have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do. But once you're successful, hopefully you're not doing things that you don't want to do. Oh yeah, no, I probably am going to ban them relatively soon. I just want them to make an idiot out of themselves and let me use them as an example. Man, what I want most is to code environment and to code communication. There you go. Exit said, but you don't have a girl. Sure, you want money, but where's the girl? She'll come. I'm not in a big hurry. Because I realize that some things you have to work for, and some things you have to wait for, and some things aren't ready for you until you're ready for them. And I don't think that I'm ready for it. I don't think that maybe she's not ready for it. I don't think the world is ready for it. I don't think my camera's ready to be recording for another 30 minutes. Goodness gracious, guys, I need to upgrade my camera. Join the first cohort. Join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. And this won't happen anymore. It's very annoying. It's one of the reasons I haven't been doing more live streams is specifically because of this issue. I like having the webcam on because I'm a narcissistic YouTuber who needs to see himself. That was a joke in case you couldn't tell. And, you know, it also helps with the interactiveness of the channel. But one of the reasons I haven't done that is that. Yeah, why would you worry about a guy getting a girl, freaking weirdo? Yeah, I know, right? Angie's raw. He will ban me for sure. But one thing for sure, I could really show you how to make money. That's for sure. Okay, you go right ahead and do that. Have fun with that. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead. I don't need you. And now I am going to go ahead and ban you because you're disturbing the peace and is making it harder to focus on what we're talking about. But thank you for allowing me to make a point out of you. Now everybody's hating on him. Guys, the point of that was not to start a hate war or a flame war. The point of that was to remind you that you're going to have haters. And the more haters you have, the more people you're pissing off. That means something very important. That means that you have morals. That means you have principles. That means you have things that you stand for. And let me tell you something. When you become successful, there are people that are going to be naysayers. There are people that are going to doubt you. There are people that are going to say, oh, I have what you have. Oh, I have everything you want. There are going to be people that think they know what you want. There are going to be people that doubt you. There are going to be people who talk crap about you. Good. Let them. Like I said, guys, there's 3 things in this world I care about. There are a few more things, of course, like the health of my friends and my friendships and everything. But in general, these are the 3 things I care about. I wrote them down 2.5 years ago. To be married to someone, the perfect person. So much money that I can do whatever I want whenever I want. That's a very important one. And 3, with a star next to it, to help as many people as possible before I die. Those are 3 things I care about. I don't care about what someone in my YouTube comments says. Why would I? I don't need their validation. I got that internally. I don't need you. And the reason I keep talking about it is not because it's messing with me. The reason I'm talking about it is because I know that's something that a lot of you guys struggle with. Because I see a lot of people, especially my age, struggling with other people's approval. I see a lot of people getting concerned about what other people think. And, oh no, are people going to think I'm a failure if I spend 2 years on this and I fail? Guys, if the YouTube channel and my cryptocurrency trading dried up tomorrow, sure, a lot of people will think, oh, Jeb's a failure. I don't care. Because I know that I'm not a failure until I've accepted failure. Because I know that there's always opportunity to do something more with your life than what you think is possible. Because I know that no matter where you are in your life, there is a path that leads exactly where you want to be. I don't care where you are. I mean, if your legs literally do not exist, you're probably not going to be an NBA player. If you're blind, you're probably not going to be a sniper. Okay, I get that there are some limitations, but in general, if you want to do it, it can be done. I don't care if someone thinks I'm a failure. I don't care if someone thinks that I'm a screw-off. Because I know what I want. I know that what I want is a noble cause to help people. I know that was what I was put here to do, and I know that's what I'm going to do. I don't need your validation. And a lot of people my age especially, need to learn that. Because it's extremely important. They're always seeking other people's validation. They're always trying to explain themselves to other people. They're always trying to get mommy and daddy's approval. Well, guess what? Actions speak louder than words. If you want mommy and daddy's approval, if you want society's approval, then go and put the damn work in. If you weigh 400 pounds and you're going to the gym and you're saying, well, guys, in 2 years, I'm going to be skinny and I'm going to be buff. That's great. That's great that you say that. Prove it. Prove it. Run 10 miles a day and burn that fat. and get lean and mean and strong. And prove it to all the other meatheads in the gym that, in fact, you are going to become big and buff and strong. Your actions speak louder than words because, in fact, your words don't speak at all. The only thing that matters is what you did. And if you haven't done anything yet, what does it matter? Prove it. Prove it. How to judge a person is grades by how much hate you get. I wouldn't know at 80 years old. Biol, I thought you left. Thank you for staying. You're absolutely right. Failure is the key to success. Absolutely. Completely agree. I will be right back, guys. All right, and I am back just in time for Bitcoin to have a little bit of a move. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the live stream. We got nearly 300 likes. If you guys want to join the community, I would be very appreciative if you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Guys, we do daily cryptocurrency content, and I'm trying to add a lot more of this motivational stuff to the end of the videos because I know you guys crave that. I've always known that. I just hadn't done a face reveal, so it's kind of hard to get the emotion behind it like I can now. Join the community that we have here. Join the Discord server. Join by hitting the subscribe button. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it. I'm trying to give you as much value as possible. And as always, guys, constructive criticism is appreciated. Like I said, I don't have a problem with a bruised ego. Okay, no, I'm lucky enough to be just a little bit full of myself, so that I'm able to kind of pull that back and be a nice, humble person while also not having insecurity problems. So I love constructive criticism. I think everybody should accept constructive criticism. If you have any, let me know. Jeff should put on some tunes while he takes a break. Mr. Anderson, that's one of the things I'm working on also, is that after the first of the year when we start the Coffee and Crypto podcast, or the live streams in the morning, there's going to be a lot of stuff revamped with the live streams. That is one of them. The people that did we're going to have to put somebody in the timeout box. And just because of that, I'm going to not look at the 21 EMA monthly, even though I know it's important because I've already looked at it. Invest in a real property. Biol says smash likes. That's a great idea. I was listening on my phone. I had to jump back in because Jeb, please no worries. You're truly amazing. Thank you so much, Biol. I'd love to meet you in person one day, man. You seem really awesome. Hey, Jeb, big fan. I always download your videos offline to watch underground on my subway rides. There you go. There you go. But guys, like I said, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and I think you're going to get a lot of value out of the content. We've been dramatically improving the quality of the videos as of late. I've been trying to spend a lot more time planning the videos, making sure that we're talking about topics that I know you guys want to hear about. We're about to do a lot of camera and audio upgrades to the channel. I'm really looking forward to where the channel is going. Excuse me, and I'd love to see you join us. So hit that subscribe button down below. Oh man, it's so bad. I'm just so bad at being consistent, very undisciplined. Derek, that's something I have a big problem with. And frankly, Bitcoin's moving, but frankly, it's called complacency. And it's one of the things I really struggle with is complacency because, quite frankly, guys, I can get away with working an hour a day on trading, investing, and making YouTube videos, and I make way more money than I need to live a comfortable life. I can get away with that. And that's both a good and a bad thing. And the reason it's a good thing is because, well, frankly, it's a good thing because I'm very blessed to have the resources at my disposal. But it's also a bad thing because it breeds complacency. And you guys need to be careful about that because complacency is the bane of dreams. And if you become complacent with just a little little bit of success, you're never going to have true success. Because I'm pretty comfortable right now. You know, I could live the current lifestyle I'm living forever, but if I quit working today, I couldn't live this current lifestyle forever. That's why I want to get into real estate. And you got to realize that there's more to life than just living a comfortable life. If you want to reach whatever you want to call it, if you want to reach nirvana or heaven on earth or whatever you want to call it, if you want to reach the life that you dream of, if you want to reach your dreams, it's going to take a lot more than just working a little bit. It's going to take a lot more than that. And one of the things I do with that, because Derek, I don't like giving advice without also giving either an example or practical, actionable tips, is that, David Kinney, I'm very interested in that. Shoot me an email at cryptojeb@gmail.com or message me on Discord. I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. I'm looking for music. Nevertheless, one of the actionable tips I can say about that is that when you're feeling complacent, when you're feeling like you're not disciplined, it means your plans aren't clear enough. It means that you don't know what you're trying to do. So what do you need to do? If you're complacent, it's because you're just thinking about what's going to happen in the next week, and you're not thinking about these long-term plans. And you also got to think about your medium-term plans. People talk about short-term and long-term, but they forget about the medium-term, because this stuff is 20 or 30 years out. This stuff is like the perfect scenario, and hopefully you never actually hit number 2 and 3. Hopefully you hit number 1, because that's kind of more of a goal. But the other two are just visions. You need to make sure you have a vision. I'm talking crystal clear, down to the minutia of how you want your life to go. We also need to have a medium-term goal, maybe 1 to 5 years from now. Where do you want to be in 1 to 5 years? Where do you want to be when you're 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever it is? Whatever's kind of close. I like to think about where I want to be when I'm 30 because I'm 19. And you also need to think about, what am I going to do this month, this year? What am I going to do in the short term? You need to do all 3 of those. Christian McLean, I'm not in school. I used to be enrolled at Santa Fe. I'm a full-time entrepreneur now. I'm not in school, and I probably won't be going back. It's a joke the way it's set up. We gotta just realize that you need to have a short term, a medium term, and a long term plan. Because if you're getting complacent, it's because you don't see, and Derek, this is really important, you don't see how what you're doing today impacts what you're doing 10 years from now. If you're complacent, it's because you don't understand how this one piece fits into the bigger puzzle. That right there is why you're complacent. You figure that out, half of the problem is going to go away. Jeff said, I like your long-term view, however, and do not burst your bubble, but please give yourself a pat on the back and don't forget to enjoy the ride. We never really know how much time we got. Absolutely, Jeff. That's why I don't consider myself either a minimalist or a financial minimalist. Even though I do try to generally stick to those tenets, is because you need to enjoy the life you have. I mean, you could die tomorrow. I ride a motorcycle. I could get in a car accident and be dead tomorrow, and you guys never hear from me again. It can happen. It can happen. So yeah, live your life like today is your last, but also live your life like your last is going to be 100 years from now. Okay, do both. There's no reason you can't do both. Let us see what is going on. What is going on, my guys? Please be careful on the bike. I'm very careful on the bike, believe me. Man, we've been streaming for over 2 hours now. That is crazy. That is nuts. Guys, I really appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, there's a few different ways you can do it, guys. CT2A is linked down below. That's a very important resource for you, and it's very helpful. And the first cohort is linked down below as well. Both of these are going to give you a lot of value. The first cohort is a community of cryptocurrency traders and investors. We're learning from each other. We're building off of each other. We jump in voice calls. You're going to be getting access to live streams when those go live in about a month. You're going to be getting access to these high-quality videos down here for 25 bucks. I'm not kidding you when I say that there are people that sell groups just like this for $1,000 a month. There are people that charge half a Bitcoin or a Bitcoin for this kind of group. Seriously. I'm charging you $25 a month because I'm not trying to get rich off of you. I'm trying to build a sustainable source of income so I can continue to pay the bills around here, because there are a lot of them. And C2A is a course with 34 videos in it. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about technical analysis. Both of those help to support the channel. Both of them are linked down below. So close to 30K subs. Come on, guys. I am pushing videotapes. I am trying to get there before the end of the year. I'm trying. Guys, tell your friends, your family, your grandma, your grandpa, everybody, tell them to hit that subscribe button. Let's hit 30,000 subs before the end of the decade. Alex said first cohort squad. First cohort squad. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're in the first cohort. Where's your coffee? James, my coffee is inside me. I've already drank all of it. Robert Carr just donated £5. Said, how's it going? It's going pretty good, my dude. How's it going for you? Thank you for the donation. I do appreciate that. Guys, there have been $122 worth of donations tonight. That's crazy. Thank you, Buy Old. That's awesome. So close to 30K, guys. Turn Bitcoin. Yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. We'll join the group. I want to learn trading. Guys, first cohort is still getting off the ground. There's about 55 members in there right now. There's a lot of development and growth that needs to go on there. I'm going to be the first to tell you I want even more videos in the first cohort. I want to start doing these daily live streams in the first cohort. There's a lot of things that need to happen with first cohort that aren't there yet. What is there is worth every single penny and a whole lot more. The price is going to be increasing when we add all those things. We've got 5 people from the first cohort in there. That's my inner circle, guys. That's who I really talk to a lot. I play games with them. I was playing League of Legends with them a lot. Let's see, I don't think he's still in here, but we were playing League of Legends with 3 of our subscribers yesterday. It was great. I love hanging out with you guys and getting to know you. Guys, longs are sitting at 40,000. This is crazy. Do you know Ricky Gutierrez? Yes, and I'm also in his Discord server with 30,000 people. Jacoby, there we go. He's the one playing Kha'Zix. He was the one that went 28-4. Guys, if you ever need someone to play League of Legends with, play with Jacoby. Jacoby, tell me if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. That dude's a god in jungle. Can you pay in Bitcoin for the cohort? James, unfortunately you can't because I don't have a gateway to set up automatic monthly reoccurring payments with cryptocurrency. You can pay for CT2A with cryptocurrency. I've taken dozens of payments for CT2A in cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, right now anyway, this may change in the future, but right now you cannot pay for first cohort with crypto. I would love to be able to do that, but right now we can't. Trevor said, let's go, Jeb. Hyped up. Let's get some hype in the chat. Wait a minute, guys. Let's make it hype in here. Let's make it hype in here. There we go. Now we're hyped. There we go. Let's have a rave. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now we go. Yep, that's hype. Tell me that's not hype. Come on, guys. I need to start doing this more often. I have the ability now. That right there is hype. Like, hang on. We can do this, and we can come over here and play piano a little bit. Let's see. What's a hype song? I've always wanted to do that with that piano back there. Let's turn these epilepsy producers off real quick. Oh man, I'm blinded by those lights. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I need to look back on that. That's awesome. Came for TA, stayed for piano. I'm learning the Fireflies theme right now, guys. I'll support you financially when I have a little more in my bank account. First cohort sounds cool, but I might be your most antisocial. I'm just interested in most in the videos at this point. That's fine, Jeff. No problem. Jacoby and Kobe. Ja and Kobe. Jacoby. Okay, Jacoby. That makes more sense, actually. Jacoby. Epilepsy producers, yeah. Hell yeah, Hype Squad, yeah. Yeah, I'm watching this longs chart, guys. Oh crap, I have my dumb face up. Yeah, I'm watching the longs chart right now. I forgot I didn't have the webcam down here. We're looking at 40,000 longs, guys. What in the world is this? That's not record just yet, is it? No, it's close. It's real close. The record's at 40,250. I go make coffee and come back to that, yeah. I thought you guys would like that. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Yeah, no, guys, it's great. I can change the... Let's see. Gotta get the epilepsy producers back on. That's what I call them. Perfect. Yeah. Let's not continue to do that. No, these blue lights are great, guys. I don't know if you remember. Come on. Come on, remote. I know you want to work. No? Okay. Please. Thank you. I don't know if you guys remember, but the channel used to look like this. This is some of the quality stuff that you guys don't know about. Like, look. Come on, turn off. Without those lights, this is what it looks like in the studio. It looks terrible. These two lights are great. I love this. Turn that back on. And turn that back on. There we go. We're looking at 39,900 shorts, guys. Excuse me, longs. That is insane. That is insane. Gosh, I love the way these blue lights look. I keep forgetting how great they are. I also keep forgetting that something is blocking that light. What is doing that? Nope, never mind. Nothing's blocking it. That's on my screen. Dirty screen. The lights. Yeah, I love this lighting, guys. Lighting is really important. There are 4 lights in here. There's a key light right there. There's a backlight over there. And there's 2 mood lights down here. The longs are a meme now, and I'm a part of it, yeah. This is the bottom. It might be. I'm interested to see what happens here, but I'm not convinced. Name of lights and link. Stanley, I will have to get that for you. These are... Let me grab the Amazon over here. Here comes Santa Claus. Kidnap the Santa Claus, put him in a bag. Looks like we're getting a little bit of movement here. Hopefully I didn't blow your eardrums out with the whistle, guys. I didn't think that through. Man, I must invest in programmable LEDs. They are awesome, dude. And honestly, these aren't the best ones in the world, but they do the job. This remote, quite frankly, sucks. The lights are great, but the remote is terrible. This thing just is not very well paired. I spent 40 bucks on them, whatever. See, that's the idea. You don't want to... I try not to spend too much money on things I don't need to spend money on. But where are the Litecoins? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, let me ask you a question real quick. While I have all of your attention, please, I need to ask you a question. Give me one momento. Oh, I cannot do that. Not on stream. I was about to log out of my stream account. That would stop the stream if I did that. I need you guys' take on this. This right here, which is the new channel art. That's the new channel art for the banner. And there are a few things I've tweaked on this. I've asked them to try putting... Well, let's turn chat off for just a second so you guys can actually see this. I've asked them to put daily technical analysis and then daily analysis, or excuse me, cryptocurrency analysis, and drop that word and then also drop that word. Tell me what you think about the channel art. If there's anything that should change, improve. This is the basis for all of the graphical updates that are about to happen to the channel. We're talking about a border up here and, you know, down here, along with transitions, singer transitions, intros, outros, new logo, and everything. I'm having the entire channel graphically updated based off of this. If you want to be part of that design process, let me know in the next couple of days before they go and design everything. I want your input. But to get your input, you need to tell me. So tell me in the Discord server, tell me in the chat here, tell me if there's anything you think that we should change. One person mentioned that we should go ahead and make the B so it kind of flashes and then turns on with a little buzzing sound. That would be awesome. Might do that. I really like the way it looks. James Elwood, in the cohort, do you walk new traders through spotting possible opportunities? Yes, we do. In the first cohort, one of the things that we do is we go ahead and whenever I make a video, or even if I'm not making a video, a lot of times I'll post a trade that I see in the trade ideas section of the first cohort, and I outline everything you need to know about the trade, profit potential, how much risk you should use, or how much risk you have, risk to reward ratios, stop losses, leverage amount, price targets, why I think this, relevant technical analysis around it. Those are the kind of things I do. I want to start posting a lot more of those. And also with the live streams and the one-on-one chats, if there's anything you need, hit me up. That's what the first cohort is for, so you can get to know me and I can get to know you directly. If you have any questions, if you want me to walk you through something, DM me. I'm more than happy to do that. I was on a call with Alchemist over there. He was one of the first people to join first cohort. He'd been hounding me to tell him about it for months before it actually happened. And I was on a call with him for about 10 minutes explaining him my trading strategy. Went over everything with him. Gave him it was a lot of value for him, I think. He definitely seemed to enjoy it. So yes, to answer your question, the answer to that is a resounding yes. So let me see this. Yes, I will send ETH. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. James Elwood said I'm interested in joining. Yeah, so like I said, I just answered those questions. If you have any more, feel free to ask me. Looks clean. It looks cool. Mr. Robotish. Looks great. Love the logo, bro. Jedi style. Totally pulled back. Looks good. The design looks attractive. I really like it. Put a top line in the J, Jeb. Interesting. They would have to redo a whole lot of the logo to do that. I'll think about that. I'll keep that in the back of my head. Okay. I love the red, white, and blue. Yeah, I love that color scheme, believe me. Have you thought about green screening? Captain Trips, the reason I have not thought about green screening is because green screens are boring. Everybody does a green screen. Instead of having a green screen, I want to stand out from the crowd and have a studio that I can be proud to call my own and a background that is very attractive with lights and cameras and everything. Green screens are boring. Green screens are lazy. Green screens look kind of nice, but I don't want to do that. Maybe have a green screen behind you. I'm probably going to have a green screen in the future for certain things I want to do, but in general, I want to have something behind me. Cutoff.in said, you're a superstar. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you have more or less than 100 Bitcoin? I have less than 100 Bitcoin. I'm 19 and I do not come from money, so... I'm working on getting to 100 Bitcoin. That's the goal, actually. That's the number I have, but not there yet. Not too much flash is great. Yeah, I really like the logo, guys. I think it's been well done. I was very pleased with it when they showed it to me. They're working on designing everything else. And like I said, guys, that's where your money's going. It's not going to a Ferrari. It's not going to a fancy $10,000 watch. I'm not trying to buy a Rolex with the money that I make from the revenue here from CT2A and first cohort. The money's going back into the channel. This graphical update for this logo and this channel art and everything is going to cost over $400. Okay? The microphone, camera, all of this together is going to cost nearly $4,000. We're reinvesting money from the channel into the channel to bring you guys high quality content. There's a reason that we're doing it. It's because I want to grow the channel. I want to grow our influence. I want to do good in the world. I want to make an impact. I want to do something with the community that we built here and do justice to what you guys have done for me by doing something for you. And the way we do that is by reinvesting in the channel. Because all this camera equipment, this studio is worth over $5,000. This stuff is not free. And I want to be able to give you guys the best quality content that I can. And to do that, it does cost money. So that's where your money's going. So thank you guys for helping. DIY guy says, I forget you're 19. Yeah, I am 19. Yeah, Jacoby. I think crap. I bought 4 houses with my Bitcoin earnings. Good. I'm 19. Graduated high school, not college, high school, May of last year. I had over 10,000 subscribers before I turned 18. I remember, guys, this is a funny story. I've been waiting to tell you this for a long time. It's really funny. Over in the Crypto Jeb Discord server, like over a year ago, there was this guy in here, and there was this guy over here. And he joined, and he was bragging to everybody about how he made a couple $100 trading, and he was only 17. And I remember responding to him like, yeah, I remember when I was 17, and I was 17 when I said that. I started the channel just after I turned 17. Oh, man, I'll never forget that. That was so funny. That was in March of last year. The guy joined the Discord server a couple months after I created it, bragging about being 18 or 17. Jacoby, that's what it was. Thank you. I'm like, yeah, I remember when I was 17. As I was 17. Oh my gosh. Hello, brother. Am a beginner. Will I benefit if I join your program while having a poor portfolio and trying to make money but only have 200 pounds to spend? Raheem, what I would recommend doing is not joining the first cohort if you only have 200 pounds to spend. I would recommend joining the first cohort and not CT2A. If you only have 200 pounds to spend, I want you to have something to start up with. I don't want you to join the CT2A if you don't have more than 300, 400, 500 pounds to spend. If you do join the first cohort, though, you're going to get a lot of value out of that, and from there, you could consider joining CT2A as well. Both of those products are very valuable, and especially if you're newer, they're going to help you significantly, but you need to be careful with your money. If you only have 200 pounds, don't spend 75% of that on the program, even though it will benefit you. Join the first cohort, try to learn some stuff over there, and then use what you've learned from there to build up your wealth in cryptocurrency, invest more money, and then join CT2A if you think it's a good investment. Nowadays, people making millions just for materialistic things, they forget about using it for good. Yeah, guys, that's the thing. People go on Instagram and they flaunt the Lamborghini they just bought, and I'm like, why are you flaunting buying a $250,000 car when you're driving it by someone who has never seen $250 in their life because they're sitting out there homeless? I couldn't. I was on my motorcycle a couple days ago, and I was getting gas about 8 o'clock at night, and I wanted to stop and I wanted to get a Frappuccino because I'm a basic white girl at heart. I love my coffee. And I stopped and I was getting gas. I put $3.53 in my gas tank. I remember that number. I don't know why, but I remember numbers. Let's turn the camera back on. Come on, guys. But yeah, I was putting money in the gas tank, and I rode by this homeless person on my bike. It's a CBR 300R. It's a 2018 bike, and I learned a very valuable lesson in that moment. In that moment when I was riding by that guy, I learned a lesson that I already knew, but that clearly I needed to learn again. And that was that I had spent $5,000 on a motorcycle. Actually, $6,000 with $750 worth of gear. $350 helmet, $350 jacket, $150 helmet, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Point is, I spent $6,000 on a motorcycle for my benefit, for my pleasure, for my fun. And there was this guy sitting out there, and he has his head down. He was just sitting there. And I knew why he was sitting out there. And unfortunately, guys, I don't have my wallet next to me. And honestly, it's probably not going to do a show on a stream anyway. But I normally don't carry cash. I do everything on one of my cards. And I saw that guy, and I just felt more ashamed of myself than I've felt in a long time. Because I was sitting on a $5,000 piece of machinery that I bought for my sake, for my fun. And what did I do for him? Where was that guy going to sleep? What was he going to eat? You know, guys, there are people that, and you know the thing that pisses me off is that there are people that pull this stuff and they're like, oh, they're doing this whole, oh, I want to help people thing. They're doing it as a sales stunt. It disgusts me. Because I was him. And I could be him a year from now. And every single one of you could be or was him. The person sitting outside the Circle K on Tower Road in Newberry. With his head down and a backpack and a long beard because he hadn't had the ability to shave in a month. Every single one of us either was or could become that guy. So guys, I made a decision a long time ago. If I ever buy a car, a supercar or a sports car, before I buy that car and gratify myself and reward myself, I'm going to give at least, preferably 2 or 3 times the value of that car to the homeless and trying to actually help the people that want to be helped and doing good in the world. If I'm going to buy a $500,000 Aventador SVJ like I'd like to have in the future, I want to give $1.5 million to charity first. Charities that I know are going to do the right thing. Because frankly, it disgusts me to see millionaires driving around in expensive cars. And don't get me wrong, if you made the money, you should be able to spend it however you want. You should spend it however you want. If you want to reward yourself, you do that. You work for that money. I'm not dissing you for that. But there is a part of me that just gets disgusted when I see someone in a sports car drive by someone who's homeless and they don't even bat an eye. Guys, I can't tell you how many times I broke down in tears seeing somebody on the side of the road and not been able to help them. Because I didn't happen to have cash in my pocket, or at the time, over a year ago, I just didn't have the financial ability to. That hurts. It hurts on a deep level. Because there's so much prosper in this world, and there's so many people that aren't a part of it, and it sucks. There are billions of people out there, literally significant portions of the population, that it's not that they don't have yachts, it's not that they don't have a $10 million house. I'm not trying to take from the rich and make sure, I'm not trying to be someone who says, oh, everybody should have a $10 million yacht. I'm saying that everybody should have the basic things. They should have a clean, decent enough house, food, water. I'm not a socialist. I'm far from a socialist. Do not get me wrong. This needs to be done through capitalistic methods. I'm not getting into politics, but don't call me a socialist. It needs to be done through charity and community and character. But it disgusts me. it upsets me when people make all this money and they do, a lot of them don't even think about doing good with it. They don't even think about giving back. They don't even think about helping the person who doesn't have what they have because they're so far away from it. And it really just, I know I went off on a tangent, guys, but it really does. It messes with me. And guys, look, I realize it's not. I realize some people choose to be homeless. I realize some people want that life. I realize some people are homeless and they're panhandlers and they do it because they make good money. I realize that, but there are also a lot of people out there in genuine need. And even if they're not homeless, they might be struggling. And yes, look, I realize people make choices and their choices are what make us rich or homeless. It's not your fault that someone else made those choices, Mr. Anderson. I agree. I don't care. I don't care if you made a bad choice. I don't care if a bad choice is why you're homeless. I don't care if you're a drug addict. Because look, I've learned that a lot of mistakes that people make are not made out of malice. They're made out of either neglect or they're just not damn smart enough. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a comfortable life. That doesn't mean that they ought to suffer. There are very few people in this world that I think ought to suffer. And the people that I do think ought to suffer are generally in prison. And as Alex just said, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's why when I start my charitable organization, hopefully in 2021, I'm not going to be... Look, I'm not giving people fish. When I do that, I'm going to be picking individuals, hand-picking them, and saying, hey, I see potential in this guy. I'm gonna pick him, I'm going to use him and use my organization to build him up and teach him how to be an entrepreneur or teach him how to get a job, how to live a comfortable life. Because no... Don't give a homeless person $100,000. They're going to spend it on what they need to spend it on, but by the time that they run out of money, they're going to be back to square one because they don't have the knowledge. They don't have they don't have all those limiting beliefs knocked off. They don't have the mindset. Don't give a man a fish. Teach him how to fish, okay? I agree with that. I think a lot of the way a lot of homeless organizations are run are screwed up, which is why I'm going to start my own. I get all of that, and I agree with you. But found the movie The Pursuit. The rest of that quote of happiness, to be fresh, look at income inequality. That's a great movie. And no, look, like I said, there are homeless people out there that choose to be homeless or, like you said, they refuse food. I get that. But like I said, just because they're bad apples, just because they're people that don't necessarily need a lot of help, does not mean that there are not people out there. My point is you can't help someone who doesn't learn how to make good choices for their life. It's just flushing your money down the toilet. Well, I'm pretty sure that you can get through to just about anyone. And I realize that there are a lot of people that are going to be hard to get to. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not a noble cause. It doesn't mean that it's not worth doing. Alex said, last stream you talked about this, and that's what made me subscribe and join the first cohort. Well, I'm glad you joined the first cohort and subscribed, because subscribing and joining the first cohort are helping me move in a direction where we can continue doing the things that I'm talking about here. Because like I said earlier, it's not about talking the talk. Everything I'm saying here isn't worth jack. What matters is whether or not I do what I say I want to do. And I'm working on it. But guys, there's a lot more to life. This all started with materialism. There's a lot more to life. There's a lot more to life than materialistic things. And don't get me wrong, I like nice things. I won't have a nice house one day. I like nice houses. I like nice cars. I like fancy stuff. Just as much as anybody else. But what brings me fulfillment is helping other people. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Christian McLean. How can someone learn to make good choices if they're living on the street, though? Who will teach them? What you need is not only to just give them soup, okay? Giving a homeless person soup and a cot to sleep in is not a way to get them out of what they're in. They need to learn the mindset. You need to put them through school, basically. You need to say, hey, read these entrepreneurial books. Read these rag to riches stories. Read how these people made their wealth. Read how these people came back from nothing. Here's some basic resources. I'm not going to give you anything else because I want you to do it on your own. There are a lot of methods that people don't use, and I want to be the one that does them. And it doesn't matter if I'm the one that does. I want someone to do it because no one's doing it. Your compassion is part of what makes your character well-rounded. Keep challenging yourself and continue learning. You do have a great head start and amazing wisdom already. Always allow for more. Thank you, Jeb. I completely agree. That's one of the things I talk about a lot is staying humble. Guys, I know I've talked about a lot of different stuff, and I'm surprised so many of you guys are still here to listen to it, but humility is very important because especially when you reach a little bit of success, someone was talking about Alex Becker earlier, and he recently talked about this. Your kickstand leans your bike more than you. Changed my mind, a little crypto soldier. Did you see that? Where'd you see that? Taylor, our editor, sent me that. But there's a lot of people that get a little bit successful. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm of my age group, I'm by far the most successful person I know. And in my position, it'd be very easy for me to just write off what anyone says and say, "Oh, screw you! I'm successful. I don't need to listen to anyone. I'm successful. Look at me. I've got everything. I'm good. I don't need your help. I've got X amount of money. I've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house." It'd be so easy for me to get all arrogant like that. But you're not going to grow if you're arrogant. You're not going to grow if you're not humble. You have to realize that there's always someone that knows more than you. In fact, you know almost nothing. I don't care if you think you know everything. I don't care if you are the smartest person on earth. You don't know anything. And the less you think you know, the more you're going to learn. Learn the mindset, dude, they're on heroin and meth and booze. And so what? We just damn them to hell because of that? A lot of them aren't on that because they want to be. A lot of them are on that because they're addicted to it. Kill the addiction and then teach them how to build up. Guys, see, the thing is, Mr. Anderson, I'm going to use myself as an example here. Please don't take this as braggery. I'm relatively successful, especially for my age. But Mr. Anderson, let me tell you something. The people that you just grouped in with that, I was one of them. I was never addicted to anything. But I should have been homeless right now. I should have been on the streets right now. I don't give a damn what situation they're in. Anyone can come back from that. That doesn't mean they're going to. Don't get me wrong. It does matter. You can lead a horse to water and you can't make it drink. I get that. But I also think it's easier to motivate a lot of people than people think because people aren't trying to motivate them. We'll see who's right in 10 years after I've done it and tried it. I very much hope I'm right. Because that means that they're actually able to be helped. And I don't care if they're addicted to something. I don't care if you think I'm naive, because maybe I am. But you know what? I've heard some children say some of the wisest things in this world, and adults write them off as naive and they won't listen to them. Some of the wisest words I've ever heard have come out of the mouths of people less than 5 years old. And they didn't even realize how wise they were when they said that. I take problem with the word naive. Mr. Anderson, I'm not asking you to spend a dime on them. I'm going to spend my own money on it. That's why I'm making money, so that I can spend my own money. I'll never ask someone else to spend their money on something for me. Or for someone else. Like I said, I'm not a socialist. I'm a capitalist. But I will spend my money on it because I know I can help it. I know I can help them. Quitting is a choice and I can't choose for them. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to drop it there. Oh, man. It's been a great live stream, guys. And we're going to keep going here. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoy talking to you guys and getting to know even more of you. Building the community and just working with you guys. Guys, by the way, if you disagree with me on the drug addict thing, go look up Grant Cardone on YouTube. There are a lot of people who don't like him because he's a salesman or whatever. There are a lot of people that don't like him because he's full of himself. And yes, he's very full of himself. By the way, Bitcoin is dropping. We are moving to the downside. We're looking at $7,135 right now. Okay. Go look at Grant Cardone. When he was 25 years old, he went to a drug rehab center because he did drugs every day for the 9 years preceding that. The guy's worth $1.3 billion, employs 500 plus people. Tell me again how drug addicts can't change the world. Anyone can. You're right, they have to choose it, but it's a lot easier to make a decision if you're well informed on the matter. And anyone that understands the choice that they're making oftentimes will choose the right thing. Especially if they are given proper incentive and motivation. This is my new favorite live stream. World Peace said, thank you. We'll try and do more of these. I would know about wisdom and Jeb, you have wisdom. By old, thank you. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate the $100 donation earlier. That was awesome. With great power comes great responsibility. Unfortunately, we have a world full of supervillains. We do. And that's one of the only things that I can be totally confident in myself in is that I'm never going to be corrupted. And I'm going to use that to my benefit. People aren't even motivating people or trying to help people. Exactly. Destroying violent prosecutions of everything related to self-medication, the biggest social movement ever, 5 times larger than all desegregation. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree to a certain extent. Look, one of the biggest problems with drug addicts right now is that if you get caught being a drug addict, they send you to prison, not rehab. What? Like, I mean, come on, that's just ridiculous. I understand if you're selling it, but I mean, look, a lot of people aren't selling it; they're getting it because they were doing it. I disagree with that. There's just a lot of things that we're doing wrong, and one individual can change the world, and I'm going to do my part to make sure that other people can change the world. That's what we're trying to do here. You're a survivor. Yes, he is. What do you use to do TA on coins you're looking to trade? I use TradingView. Use the link down below for TradingView. You'll get a discount. It seems like you have a really good dad who supports you and has taught you very well. Good job, Dad. James, it's really funny because you asked me what rules I live by earlier. I thought you were, Dad, actually. And you might be. I don't know. I don't know how many accounts you have. But yes, I do have a great father. And I will do nothing but speak highly of him. James, you seem like a mole. I feel like you know something that I don't. Oh man, guys, it's been a great live stream. We're going to go for a little while longer. It's been going for... Rehabs aren't actually great. I agree. A lot of rehabs are screwed up also. The entire system is screwed up. What do you think about Trump? I am not touching that. I am not touching that. No way in it. How am I touching that? No. We're not going there. We've already gotten political enough for this. All I want to Christmas is a Jeb video. There will be a video on Christmas. There was not a video on Thanksgiving, but that's mainly because Taylor was preoccupied and couldn't edit. And see, that's the thing, guys. I can tell. I have an innate ability to read a person by just talking to them for about 5 minutes. Sometimes a lot less than that. And especially with homeless people, because a lot of times they're... Don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of times they're easier to read than other people, because they just are. Sometimes I'll give a homeless person 20, 50 bucks or whatever, and you can tell, or I'll give them food, and you can tell whether they're genuine or not, whether they actually need help or if they're just out there panhandling to make money. You got to give them a test. You need not talk politics, but please vote, all of you do. Yes, everybody vote, but I'm not touching that subject. Yes, they need help getting back up. They don't need to be put further down. Yeah, guys, it's true. I think it's a... I'm not a big... I mean, there's a lot of people that go on and on and on about social activism, and there's a lot of things in this world that people are arguing and bickering about that just doesn't matter. And people get pissed off about things that just do not matter. Excuse me, I apologize. But one of the things that does matter is the underground of our society. People that are stuck. I've been there. I've lived that life. And I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is to come back from not having anything. I know what it's like to have no future, to have nothing to look forward to. I know what it's like to have no friends, no one to lean on. I know what it's like to be emotionally broken and drained and dead on the inside and suicidal and homeless and on the brink. I know what it's like. And a lot of you guys in the chat, I'm sorry, don't take it the wrong way, but a lot of you guys just don't understand every single one of those points. And there's a lot of people in this world that were born into wealthy households that don't get it. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she wanted to show me the house she grew up in. So she brought up Zillow. It's like a 8-bedroom, 6-bathroom mansion. It's worth $1.3 million. She showed me the room that she was in on Zillow. And she was like, okay, what does your house look like? And I'm like, okay, my house is not on Zillow. I'll leave the story at that. But here's the thing, guys. If you haven't, My father once told me, if you haven't lived the blues, you can't sing the blues. I've lived the blues. I know what it's like. I haven't had it quite as bad as some people. I haven't had it as bad as many people. In fact, most people in this world have had it worse than every single one of us combined. But I've lived enough of it to understand. And it sucks. And a lot of times what someone needs is just an opportunity and the chance to better themselves. Because they want to do something. They just don't have the resources or the mental fortitude or the training to do it. There's a lot of people given the opportunity that will do great things. They just don't realize that they can, or they don't even realize that they want to. There's a lot of people that can be helped that aren't being helped, and they need to be helped. Call me naive for that. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. That's what I think. That's what I'll always think. That's not going to change. I can tell you one thing. Most of the things about us change with time. That's never going to change about me. Homeless people literally make their living off of begging. They're experts in gaining your sympathy and presenting themselves as genuine. Mr. Anderson, what about the single mother who's raising 4 kids and doesn't have enough money to buy a turkey for Thanksgiving? Is she trying to garner your sympathy when she tries to put on a mask and make it look like everything's fine when in fact she knows that she doesn't know how she's going to keep the lights on next month? Is she fishing for sympathy? Is she begging? Are they all like that? Because like I said, don't get me wrong, a lot of them are. But there's enough that aren't. I'm not trying to help the con artists. I'm not trying to help the people that know they can help themselves and know how to help themselves. I'm trying to help the people that know they need help and they don't know where to get the help and they don't know how to help themselves. Exactly. Like Christian said, what employer is going to hire a homeless person off the streets? What are the choices they have? That's one of the things I want to do is build a basic business here in town and hire nothing but homeless people. The business will most likely be in the red, and that's okay. Because the point of the business would be to hire people and give them job experience so they can do something with it. People that genuinely want to be helped and deserve to be helped, some don't want to be helped though. Some don't want to be helped. If they don't want to be helped, I'm not going to force them to. I'm going to spend my time in the most efficient manner possible. Single mothers are the best social workers. Yeah, single mothers, single fathers, single parents in general. There's a lot of people that need help and they're not getting it. A lot of people that need help and they're not getting it. Excuse me. As long as it's not forced like welfare, there's nothing wrong with helping people. There are a lot of people on welfare that don't need to be. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But either way, you shouldn't carry all that worries. I was just like you at your age too. Well, if I ever lose this, guys, I want one of you to meet me in person and smack the crap out of me because I don't ever want to lose my desire to help other people. That's one of the best things I have going for me. It's one of the biggest motivating factors. And it's one of the things I'm most proud of is my desire to help other people. It's one of the things I was gifted with, is what I was put on earth to do. Like I said, call me naive if you want. Use my age against me if you want, but also, like I said, I don't care what you think. Because I know what I think. And I know what I want to do. Travis Gray said that was a mission statement of our organization. Well, there you go. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, because I just said a lot, but I probably did just say of your organization. If that is, and I'd love to support you. I want to have a community for homeless, like a tent city on land with farm potential. That single mother has an endless supply of government handouts that I pay for with tax dollars. If she's on the streets, it's because of... Dude. Ray Shooter AP said, I got you, I'll smack you. Alex, please do. Please come to my house. Smack the crap out of me if I ever lose that desire, because I have the ability to do something about it, and I want to make sure I do it. No, like I said, I'm getting off into the weeds in politics, and I'm not getting into that, but like I said, I'm not a socialist. I'm not trying to do this through the government. All of this stuff needs to be privately done. I'm not trying to raise taxes on this. I think taxes are already way too high. When I have to pay 50% of the money I made this year to taxes, they're way too high. It's ridiculous. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. That's absolutely right. But you also have to make sure that you're not spending too much of your money to help other people. There's a reason you put your mask on first in a plane accident. It's because you got to build yourself up so you're able to build other people up. One of the reasons that I'm not giving thousands of dollars away to homeless people right now is because I need to build my wealth up and get my wealth snowballing in the right direction so that I can help more people in the future. Unfortunately, it does have to be boiled down to statistics sometimes. Yeah, a lot of you guys are presenting counters to that, like, oh, they have to want to help themselves. Oh, well, what if they don't want help? All this stuff. Look, I get that. There are certain people that are not eligible to be. It's not that they're not eligible. They're not the most efficient people to help. I get that. You want to help the people that are the most eligible, most likely to actually be helped, most likely to make a turnaround. I understand efficiency. Believe me, I'm an internet marketer. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a YouTuber. I get that. I understand conversion ratios. I get that. I understand risk and reward. I get all that. But at the same time, that doesn't mean there aren't people out there who need help. My motorcycle club does a huge fundraiser for homeless vets every January. We go out there and camp with them in the cold. TV and radio announcements to gather food, clothing, and money for them. There you go. Thank you for that. I appreciate it because a lot of people wouldn't spend the time to do that. What's going to happen to you if you don't charge for your course? It'd make it harder to support the cryptocurrency. It'd make it harder to support the Crypto Jib YouTube channel. I probably wouldn't be able to pay Taylor without having to dip into my own trading portfolio, and I don't want to do that. The reason we charge for the course is because, one, if you had the course for free, you wouldn't take advantage of it. You watch 2 of the videos and you say, oh, I'm going to do something else now. So it gives you an incentive to actually look through it. And it also allows for this business to grow so that we can continue to grow on the YouTube channel here, spread the word of crypto, and build our community. There's a reason. Caesar says, does he only talk to subs? Let's see. Who only talk to subs? I'm not who you're talking about. Me? No, I talk to everybody. I'm talking to you guys right now. People must believe in themselves. Yeah, totally. There's a lot. I mean, guys, everything I've been talking about in this live stream, I know some of you guys just tuned in. All of this applies to people that are homeless. All this wisdom, as you guys call it, that needs to be a part of helping homeless people. You need an entrepreneur to come in and help the homeless people. That's what you need, and that's where I think I can find the niche, is helping homeless people through the wisdom I've learned from entrepreneurship. You combine those two things, and it can pull anyone out of anything. So much wisdom here, says Trevor. Thank you. Can we see Taylor? You can see Taylor as soon as Taylor is allowed or is willing to do a face reveal, and not a minute earlier. She doesn't want to be on camera right now, and she will be respected. Hey, Jeb, will you ever do a video, a Bybit leverage tutorial video? Maybe. Jeb, please do a video with Taylor. I want Taylor to be on camera, but that's up to her. People need to be more independent from the system. Yeah, no, a lot of people depend on the government, and that is their fatal flaw. It really sucks the way the government does all this. And guys, I'll also tell you from experience, it's very hard to make the right decision, even if you know what the right decision is. It's very hard to just say, oh, well, you just need to man up, you just need to be better, you just need to do better. Well, it's hard when you have all this stuff weighing on you. That's something that people that grew up in an easy life don't understand, I don't think, is, and I'm not trying to talk down to anyone, I'm not trying to patronize anyone, but if you haven't been there, you don't know what it's like, and I've been there. It's hard to explain without actually telling you stories that I'm not going to be sharing on the internet with all you guys. like I said, you can't sing the blues if you haven't lived the blues. That's the best way I can sum it up. It's the best way to sum it up. But guys, will the first cohort price change affect members that paid $25? Jacoby, no. The price for first cohort will probably be going up in the future. You guys will be grandfathered in. I'm not going to raise the price on you. You committed to $25 a month. You're going to only be charged $25 a month, which is why you guys should join the first cohort now before that price increases in the relatively near future. Guys, I'm going to turn the camera back on just for a second so I can turn it back off again. Because we've been live streaming for 3 hours. This is one of the longest streams we have ever done. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, but let's go ahead and get the camera back on. Like I said, I need to get a new camera. Despite all the coffee I just drank, am getting very tired. And I do want to get up in the morning and get my routine going and, you know, trying to be successful and whatnot. So guys, that's going to come close to wrapping up for the video. Before I go, though, I just want to mention something. Everything you've heard me talk about in this video, it's genuine. Guys, in 10th grade, I learned a very valuable lesson. I'm not going to go into the story until... Well, I'm not going to go into the story right now. But lying means a whole lot to me. And there's a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space, there's a lot of people in entrepreneurship and business that are going to lie to you. And look, anyone who says they never lie is lying. Or they're just stupid, because everybody lies. Everybody has lied at some point. But I can count on one hand the number of times that I remember knowingly lying to someone this year. And it's happened. I've lied. But everything I said in this video was true. Everything I said in this video, I believe, or I wouldn't have said it. Guys, I take lying very seriously. Lying and handshakes. Don't mess with me on those two things. Don't lie to me. Don't give me a handshake, and don't make a promise unless you intend to keep it. Someone asked me the rules I live by. Don't lie. If you make a promise, you damn well better keep it, and don't shake my hand unless you intend on maintaining and keeping that handshake. Those are things I live by. Those are things I believe in. Those are things that I will never waver on. Those are very important to me. And not a single thing that I've said in this video was a lie. Not a single thing I said in this video was to mislead you. Not a single thing I have ever said about CT2A or the first cohort were lies. I believe in CT2A. There's over 1,000 students right now. There are 1,013 members in there. I had to think about that because we had a couple people join, so I had to add those up. It's a good product. I believe in it. I would not be selling it if I didn't, because I don't do things that I don't believe in. I wouldn't be promoting cryptocurrencies if I didn't believe in Bitcoin, because to me that's a lie. I wouldn't be saying that the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy is a good product if I didn't believe in it, because to me that would be a lie. And you guys don't understand, because you don't know me personally, how much lies mean to me. But let me tell you real quick, they mean a whole damn lot to me. And I don't care if it would make me more money to lie to you about how good CT2A is. I'm not going to do it, because my morals mean more to me than any amount of money could ever mean to me. Because I'm not in it for the money. But CT2A is a very valuable resource for you. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. The reason CT2A exists is to support the channel and to support these goals and aspirations I have for you guys, for the channel, and for my future, and for Taylor's future, and for people that I want to help's future. The reason it exists is to support this business and to move us in the right direction so that we can do some good in the world. If you guys agree with me on wanting to help people, whether or not you think they deserve it, if you agree with the sentiment of wanting to actually help people, especially those who are deserving of that help and who are wanting to help themselves, give me a 1 in the chat. That's what this is for. Because the world revolves around money. When the government tries to do it, they screw it up. One thing I will be open about politically is that I don't really like the government all that much. I'm a pretty libertarian kind of guy. It needs to be done by private individuals. Most private individuals don't want to do it because most private individuals are greedy and they think they think materialism is the way to go. They think owning 6 cars is going to make them happy, when in fact that might make them happy for 2 days when they get to drive around a new Ferrari 488. That doesn't make you happy. Doesn't make me happy anyway. What makes me happy is helping people. What makes me happy is building a business and building something and looking back and saying, you know what, I did that and I'm proud of it. That's what makes me happy. That's why CT2A exists, so that we can grow the channel and so I can afford to drop $3,000 or $4,000 here on this already $5,000 studio and bring you guys higher quality content. That's why CT2A exists. There's 34 videos in here. There's 10 hours of content. We have 1,000 students to testify to this. If you guys are in CT2A and you love it, give me a 2 in the chat. It's a quality product. I put thousands of hours into researching and learning these markets so that I have the knowledge and wisdom to make these videos. They're worth it, guys. And the first cohort, guys, this community is growing and is growing quickly. We're going to be starting the coffee and crypto live stream over there. I post trade signals over there. There are 8 quality videos down here. These videos are not in CT2A. These are 2 separate products. Both of them have a refund policy. The first cohort, you can cancel at any time. It's not really a refund policy, I don't guess, but it is. You can get out of it anytime you want. And the CT2A, within the first 14 days, I will give you all your money back. No questions asked. It's happened before. Some people are like, hey, Jeb, I don't have the time to learn cryptocurrency right now. I want to say we've had a little over 1,000 sales. I want to say we've had about 12 or 13 refunds. And every time there's a refund, I say, okay, I've already sent you your money back. But just out of curiosity, why did you want the refund? And they all tell me, every single one of them to my liking. And remember what I just said about lying. I'm digging in my brain as I'm saying this, but I don't specifically remember any one of them saying that they wanted a refund because they didn't think the video, that the content was quality. If I remember correctly, every single one of them said it because they didn't have the time or because they didn't want to invest the time into learning cryptocurrency. And that's fair. If you don't think it's for you, then don't join. I don't want you to spend your money on something that you're not going to use or don't need. But if you do think it's worth something to you, the link is down below. Guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this live stream. I hope you guys did enjoy. Tell me what you think of the live stream. I'd love to hear. Paul Lucas just donated £2 to keep up the great work, Jeb. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, I really enjoyed the live stream here. I love talking to you guys. I'm going to be doing more live streams, especially after we get the new camera. I don't have to keep turning it back on every 30 minutes. Guys, I'm excited for the future. I'm looking forward to where we're going. I want to help people. Guys, you're never going to see me being one of those millionaires that's flaunting new cars on a Facebook ad trying to sell you something. I am going to try and sell you something because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, and that's what we do. But remember why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it so that I can flaunt a $10 million mansion. I'm doing it so that we can do some good in the world. Someone said, why don't we have a disco ball? So to wrap it out, let's go ahead and turn the strobe back on. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. That's getting really annoying, so I'm going to turn that back off. It's kind of cool as a gimmick, but we're not going to use that right now. Guys, I do appreciate you tuning in. I do appreciate you sticking through. And I'm glad you guys get video. I'm glad you guys get... I can't speak. It's been 3 hours. And I'm glad you guys get value out of the content here. And I'm looking forward to where we're going. I really am, guys. I've got this sense of happiness that it's hard to describe unless you're here. It's fulfillment. It's being proud of what you've done. And I'm proud of what we built here. I'm proud of the community that we built. I'm proud of what Taylor does. Give me a 1 in the chat for loving Taylor. Guys, Taylor is amazing. Everything to him. Everything to Taylor. I just said him. I'm sorry, Taylor. Her. Guys, it's really enjoyable talking to you. Like I said, I'm gonna wrap the live stream out with another story. I've told this story before. I'm gonna tell it again. A little over 2 years ago. Exactly 2 years ago, actually. Exactly 2 years ago. Yeah, this happened in December. This happened in December, actually. It's December 2019. A little over 2 years ago. Right around 2 years ago. I was working at Barnes & Noble Santa Fe. I told you guys this in the face reveal video. About 8 minutes from where I live right now. And I had YouTube Studio up, which is still on my phone. I have a new phone now. Now that I have more money, I have a decent phone. YouTube Studio, right here. That's what YouTube Studio looks like. Every YouTuber has it on their phone, I guarantee you. Every YouTuber has it on their phone. I remember looking at YouTube Studio, and right there, I don't know if you can see it, it says the subscriber count. Right now it says 29,109, which is ridiculous. Back then it said 7. And the day before it had said 5. I was sitting on a concrete bench outside under an oak tree with some squirrels bouncing around, doing their thing. You know, they have no hunting pressure in there, so they just like run under your feet. And they getting distracted by chat. I was watching that. I was like, why would 7 people want to subscribe to this channel? Why would 7 people want to hear what I have to say? Why would 7 people want to see my stupid, dumb videos pop up in their sub feed every single day? I remember in February of 2018, we hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, how in the world did this just happen? Is this actually happening? And now, guys, I can walk into my kitchen and say, you know what? I worked for 2 years, and I demanded something from the universe, and because I worked for 2 years and demanded something from the universe, I got it. And I earned it by doing what was right by you guys and providing more value than I took. And it's one of those things that you kind of have to live to believe. You have to experience it. But it's really cool how much hard work does pay off, how much smart work does pay off if you give it time to grow. And I want to thank you guys, because none of this was possible without you. And I know every YouTuber says, I know it's cliche, but it's true. It's cliched for a reason, with my favorite saying. None of this would be possible without you guys. So I do just want to, before we wrap the stream up, I want to thank each and every single one of you for what you do. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching the video. I want to thank each and every single one of you for being invested in cryptocurrency and supporting the channel, joining CT2A right over here. Links down below, $40 off coupon code, for joining first cohort and getting to know us over there. I want to thank you guys for that. I want to thank you guys for sticking with the channel and watching it grow and supporting it. Because, guys, what this YouTube channel has done for my life has changed my life, has brought me out of a very dark place that you guys didn't know I was in. By old, when you joined as a 27th subscriber, you didn't realize how much stuff I was going through. Up until a few months ago, you guys didn't realize that. And you still don't. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But for the first time, I can confidently say I'm happy with everything that's going on behind the scenes. Because for most of the time, I wasn't. But guys, I'm rambling on, and I need to get to sleep so I can get up and make another video tomorrow, because I'm fired up to do it, guys. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm never going anywhere. Believe me, I will be making YouTube videos until the day I die or YouTube goes down, because I love talking to you guys. I love communicating with you guys. I love connecting with you guys, having the community. It means so much to me. It means so much to me, and I really appreciate you for everything that you've done. And before we wrap the live stream out, guys, there is one thing that I just really want to say to you. And that thing that I want to say is that I want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.